ladies and gents, and all nerds around the ages, to the greatest goddamn D&D stream on this world and the next here. Welcome to Goblins Under the Stairs. You got Sorak the Destroyer ready to slash and bash your Sunday night with my epic wrecking crew of slashers and bashers here. You got Fang the Mag. You got Wilmore Chaddington waiting patiently. And of course, Wilmore Chaddington, I should say. Sorry, hitting the head a few times. And of course, the greatest goddamn DDM in all the land here. It's Nate Gonzalez. Take it away, Nate.
Thank you, Sorak the Destroyer, and welcome everyone to tonight's Goblins Under the Stairs Dungeons and Dragons game, regular Sunday night game. We're lucky that we got Carlos here with us tonight. We had to pull him away from Baldur's Gate for a little bit, but lo and behold, we have him here. He's ready. He's a little sleepy, but we got him. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and give you guys the standard recap as we typically do, and we'll jump on into this thing. So the first, where did we leave off the last time? You guys were just dealt with the Kuatoya, correct? In the cave. So
yeah, just killed the Kuatoya and went down.
So you guys just got rid of Nugaloop and all the Kuatoya that were fanaticals of the Aboleth originally, and then seemed to have pledged to a new god that they were calling Nugaloop. Or Klabu, rather. I'm sorry. A statue that they were trying to build in the likeness of what you guys seem to think is Luke Ganj in his metamorphic form, being in some sort of transition from his normal stage to maybe some sort of Aboleth godlike stage. But after dealing with them, you guys were like, all right, let's maybe take a rest a little bit, or maybe we'll poke around. And so you guys decided to poke around and found a bunch of these massive monstrosities with these almost kind of vulture-like beaks protruding from their faces, massive beetle-like bodies with hook arms protruding from their arms, and kind of low-intelligence beings who seemed kind of to be scavenging and hungry, saw you guys as maybe some fresh flesh and started to attack and berate you guys. But Fang, being able to communicate with them, was able to speak them down and let them know that they were able to kill the Kuatoya, who were possibly keeping them into this area, secluded from the rest of the caverns. And after finding that out, they relinquished their battle with you guys and started to just devour on these rotten fish humanoids all around you guys. And after that was kind of dealt with, Wilma built some nice stone walls, doors for you guys to be able to take a rest inside of that cavern. And after doing so, well, I guess before we got to that point, Wilma actually, she performed a ritual to reach out to her deity. Got a couple answers from there, but one that was really kind of important, or seemed to be at least a Solrak, is that he asked the deity if his mother, Angrieve, was still alive, because he had an inkling, some sort of feeling from these visions and kind of dreams that he's been having in the past, that, although he's been given this letter, turn that off. Although he's been given that letter or note in the past saying that his mother was hanged for treason, it seems like maybe that was a farce and a way to hide the truth from him, as the deity let him know that his mother is indeed still alive. So Carlos or Solrak has it. Yeah, exactly. You got that in your mind, Solrak, and of course reeling that over what where she could be, what exactly has happened to her, and all the possibilities. But with that in mind, you guys took your travels to Skullport, making it first to Skull Island, where you guys had this sort of plan, a ruse to disguise Fang as a drow who is capturing this barbarian man. And Wilm, I believe you just kind of had your cloak thrown over your head, right? Kind of like disguised like that. Mm-hmm. You guys were able to talk your way into Skull Island through the Zentarum, who were guarding the docks there. Upon entering Skull Island, you noticed that there was large buildings surrounding the area. One seemed to be like a barracks where possibly a bunch of the Zentarum were coming in and out of, and another building to the south was like a massive stalagmite growing out of the earth, and seemed to be like some sort of structure inside of there, maybe a place of power, or well, you know, you guys didn't really investigate much, so you're not really quite sure. But you crossed over the bridge into Skullport, where you saw all sorts of dilapidated, precariously leaning buildings, strange long shadows clinging on every surface, and a bunch of eyes and whispers coming from the alleyways as you guys begin to walk through the streets. Even saw a woman seemingly to be selling some zombies out from one of her a shop around the corner. But as you guys made your way on through, you heard a whisper and a whistle from an alleyway, where Fang followed that, and the rest of the party soon after followed and met a drow man, a very handsome, well-dressed, and well put together bald drow man named Jarl Axel Ben Ray, and he gave you guys a lot of information about. You know, what has been going on with House Rolaren, letting you guys know that there's some heat on you guys currently as well. There is a hit out for each one of your guys' heads, a bounty. And although you have these illusions up for Fang, it's not so hard to make out with the right eyes to see who exactly the three of you guys are. But with that aside, he let you guys know how you could possibly make your way to this Mind Flayer colony through the Drow House of Zorlaren, past the Twisted Caverns, and by doing so, you would have to go through one of these archways that you saw the elder sister Kiri going through. To do that, though, he mentioned that you would need to get some sort of Lithid or Mind Flayer tentacles, or a head, or have a willing Mind Flayer help you guys and animate those tentacles and move them on the Qualith door locks that are beside the archway to animate that and turn it into a portal for you guys to traverse through it and make your way to the Zaloran house. With that information kind of gleaned and gained from Jarl Axel, he dipped away into the darkness of the night, never to be seen again, and leaving you guys here in the dark alleyway with this to ponder. And so as we pick it up here, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I think we go purchase that Mind Flayer head and head back to the Drow camp. Maybe get some zombies too. And I just see kind of like Drow making weird hand gestures and movements, but nothing's coming out of his mouth. And
Is it me? Or,
Yeah, no,
That is
I,
a Drow
I
thing.
apologize. I apologize. I'm trying not to
he's
cause a
talking
ruckus in the alley.
Yeah, Drows do hand
Yeah.
motions, yeah.
But I was saying, Solrak, I do apologize that, I'm sure you'd love to fight, kick some ass in that ring, but we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I want to fight.
Just think, buddy. There'll be lots of Drow to fight, I think, on the other side of that door.
Yep, save that rage. But
I
yes, we
wanted to
definitely,
kill them all. Yeah.
we definitely gotta locate that Dark Harvest market, get some illithid tentacles.
Fine.
All right, so let's head on out.
I'm pouting the whole walk.
Start leading the way.
As he pouts, I just like yank the chain, just a little extra, just to unpout him.
Alright, as you guys begin to make your way back into these dark, dimly lit streets, Jarlax will let you guys know that the market is to the northeast, kind of pointed up that way. And as you guys begin to look over down the street and over in that direction to try to make your way on over there, you actually see this up on the back wall, all the way up on the highest level. You guys see this massive, hollowed out purple worm connected to all these different platforms and bridges that seem to connect to it. And you see some lights dimly lit inside of there, a couple people walking in and out, and a couple people outside smoking and talking as well. Yeah, definitely, you see this thing with his mouth agape and people walking into it. Piques your interest a little bit, but you do have a mission at hand, of course.
I No, guys. Is it like a bar? Like, what do the people walking in and out look like?
Yeah, you look up there, and
Are
it seems
they-
like it's possibly a tavern or a restaurant of sorts.
And it's the way we're going.
Where you guys are going is down on the lower level. This is all the way up on the highest level of the city. The city is like stacked on top of itself.
Oh, so we'd have to get up there.
Yeah, but it catches your guys' eye as you guys are making your way over in that direction in general.
That's nice. I think maybe when we get to the market, maybe we could peruse a little bit.
We could always ask the clerk at the market what that's all about.
We're the smart one.
Definitely not so. Not so.
I don't know. I'm sure if there was a way for us to look at our measurements with this, you'd all be wrong. But, you know, who knows?
We'll just leave it up to God. Anyway, just kind of start hopping along to the northeast, I guess.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and just drag your guys' tokens all over into the direction. Yeah, you guys just make your way through these streets. You see a couple more shady figures hiding in the alleyways. A couple people walk by, cloaks and hoods up, bump shoulders with you, and they kind of hiss as they walk on by. You even see, like, you know, a snake-headed figure, the one that hisses at you and kind of eyes you curiously, but keeps on walking away. But you guys make your way up into this market area now, where you see a few different stands set up. Definitely a little bit rougher of a market area than what you have seen in like Waterdeep or Neverwinter, or even up in Bryn Jandar. But lo and behold, there is a market here, and you guys look around, and you do see a few signs precariously hung in front of some of these stalls. One of them that you guys see is the what did I call it? Luke, you just said it. I can't remember.
Illithid?
No, the name of the marketplace.
Oh, the mine.
Oh, the Dark
Dark
Harvest,
Harvest
market?
Market. Yes,
Good notes, Luke.
yes. As you get on up here to the Dark Harvest Market, you see a dark dwarf, a Duragar, standing behind with a white fluffy beard and sideburns, the kind of bald top head, very kind of dirty skin and rough looking. Eyes you guys up as he's got a couple of cloaked men standing behind him. So, fresh blood, eh? Welcome to the Dark Harvest Market, home of all your strangest and darkest goods that you can find down here. What be your poison?
Our poison would be a lithid tentacle here.
Whew. A man that knows what he wants, eh?
Yeah, I know. Few and far between, it seems they come.
Few and far indeed. Well, let's see here. I think we had... Let's see. Hey, Marvin. He turns around and smacks one of the guys wearing the hooded cloak, and you hear him go... He kind of hisses at it out loud, and you guys see he's got kind of a rat head protruding out of his cloak. You see little sharp yellow teeth and his red beady eyes. He says, Marvin, did we get any of those illithid tentacles in recently? He looks around and says, yes, master. I can go get some for you if you'd like.
I go, oh my god, Fang, you did not tell me you had a twin brother. And I point to Marvin. Look exactly the same. Look, same teeth and everything.
As soon
Oh
as he
my
opens his mouth, I yank on the chains real quick and just go, quiet, slave. Who's fat?
Yes, man.
The name's Ward, damn it.
And
Stupid
then
fucking barbarian.
and like when I pull him real close and I do whisper in his ears. The resemblance is uncanny. I kind of let him go a little bit.
And I'm like,
Durgar kind
Sorry,
of
master.
eyes you guys real quick. Never mind. Well, if you guys want this, you're interested in these tentacles then?
Yes.
Let's see. What exactly do you need these for anyways?
Wouldn't you like to know, sweetheart? A little birdie said apparently some illithid tentacles might benefit us in the near future. some sort of storyteller, fortune teller. I don't know. So they said, come to the Dark Harvest Market, find us a lifted tentacle, and here we are. Also, while we're here, what's up with the that purple worm tavern-looking thing up there? We're kind of new to the area.
That, he goes and looks up and points up, that's the Worm's Gullet. Yes, the only restaurant in town worth a damn. Go up there and get a nice ale, pint of worm whiz, if you will.
Wormwiz sounds delightful.
It is.
We can still communicate via our minds, right?
You guys can, yeah. It looks
Yeah.
like Wilma's concentrating on that.
I whisper to both of them, "Get that warm whiz away from me."
I bet you it tastes quite nice, actually.
So the cost of that illithid tentacle here, what are we talking?
Well, as you were describing everything that, you kind of made up a lie right there. Go and make a persuasion check.
I've got my hand on his, and I'm just pretty much casting guidance every time he talks.
That is a concentration.
It is concentration. Never mind then.
Mhm.
Good luck, buddy.
23.
He doesn't need it.
Very nice. So, you don't want to mess with those soothsayers or fortune tellers. If they telling you that you might need them, then who am I to deny you? Go ahead, Marvin, go ahead and recruit those for me. Go ahead and find those tentacles. He says, yes, master. And goes and elbows his buddy, and they both start shuffling off into one of these dilapidated buildings behind them. Kind of push aside this broken down door. You hear them start scurrying about in the debris back there. And as they are doing that, this Duragar, is standing before you with a table full and kind of a few different racks situated up there of all sorts of different jars of strange things. You see like a floating, looks like a tongue inside of one jar. In another one, you see a floating eyeball in there, and all sorts of just like strange oddities. And he just kind of sees you guys looking around these and says, does anything else catch your eye? You see what I did there? The eye in the bottle. It's a joke on that.
Yeah, we don't need anything else.
Oh, okay. Man who knows what he wants once again. So, you said you're new to the area. What exactly brings you here?
This fucking illithid tentacle.
But he looks around at you, because you're the drow type, of course, and the other ones. Are these some of your slaves that you're just bringing down here?
Precisely. We were gonna throw the barbarian here in the ring, but he seems a little weak, and I want to make money, not lose money, if you know what I'm saying. And
As he
The
says,
rab-
is I'm making
the
like
ra-
a sad face in the background, like
the rabbit is just kind of my liaison.
Interesting. Never, kind of looks at you, Wilma, squints his eyes a bit. Never seen one of your folks down here before. What's your deal? What's your story?
To be fair, I've never seen one of your folks up there before.
That sunlight is not my friend, or any of our friends.
Oh, I think a gentleman like you would look quite good in the sunlight.
No.
Two-eyed wink.
No, we got something for that if you like. And he picks up another small vial. Just 2 drops of this, and you'll be cured, I promise.
What are you curing me for? I think you might be what ails me.
Oh, sweetheart. Well, you mentioned the fighting club. You guys don't want to go there. It looks like your friend here, he could maybe put up a good fight.
Don't give him that kind of false hope.
and I do a quick Johnny Bravo. When he says that.
Oh, on second thought, I take that back. He seems a little out of his mind. I think maybe Thorn Iron Fist would, make dinner out of him.
Yeah, we're gonna
Where
hit
does
the
Thorn Iron Fist come from, though?
I'm sorry?
Is he from around these parts?
Oh,
Thorn Iron Fist?
he's been around for quite some time. Don't know exactly where he came from. I think his story goes that he was a gladiator at some point in time. But he's been down here for quite some time and leading the Bat's Roost in all sorts of champion battles. Now, rumor has it that he has a family somewhere that he does these fights for to support. But if you were to beat him, I guess they wouldn't be able to eat this month.
Or ever again. Fun.
Maybe. Hey, Marvin, what's taking you so long? Here. We're digging. We'll find them. And he goes, stupid rats.
At this point, I'm gonna take just a gander around to see if there's any, because like you said, people might know us. If there's any creepy creatures or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Creepy creatures aside the fucking rat in a row.
Jesus.
With
Anybody's,
12.
like, watching us.
Yeah, it just feels like obviously I don't have all the tokens on here, but this is kind of like an open air market in here and stuff, and there are a few amount of people kind of like going in and out and picking up some things. And you actually see some people off to the side. It looks like with very under hushed tones, they're talking to other people and then pulling off to the side and going to another building. And now that you guys have been sitting here for like 5-10 minutes or whatever, you just watch one person come out of the building. With another person with a rope around their neck pulling them behind them and going up the stairs back towards that back wall and kind of climbing up and around, seeming like maybe some sort of slave trade or something like that going on, but no one's really, from your perception, there's just a lot going on and doesn't really seem like the focus is necessarily on you guys or not. But you do see like all sorts of what seems like illegal goods or maybe even like strange bottled and jarred specimens and vials and strange like kind of relics and artifact kind of looking things. A lot of it just looks like kind of like junk.
You said where the one guy was getting kind of walked, like walking his slave. They were going up towards the purple worm.
It looked like the way that they went up the stairs and everything was probably in that kind of direction, but there's a lot of different areas where they could possibly go if they went back in that direction.
Okay.
A couple more seconds go by or minutes go by, and you hear the scurrying of Marvin and his I forget what I called the other one, but they start fighting back and forth as they're coming back here, and the jar like of the illithid tentacles in their hands flies out for a second, and Marvin goes, "Oh no!" And he starts to try to grab and he fumbles it, and the jar looks like it's about to fall on the ground in front of you guys, essentially as he's walking over your guys' direction. Let's see something. Does any of you guys react in any sort of way with that?
I try to catch it.
And go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna jump for it.
All right. Go ahead and make let's do an athletics or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
16.
16. So you guys both kind of dive at the same time. Wilma, you bump into Solrak's big body as he goes and reaches out, and you get it in your hands, Solrak, but it bounces out of your hand for a second, and you watch it almost in slow motion flip around in front of your face, and everyone's faces are like, no. And then finally, you like lay out fully and fall down on the ground, sliding your hands right underneath the jar to cradle it just before it hits the ground. And the Durgar man says, "Oh, that was a close one. Those are pretty hard to come by."
And I'm just like, and I look back at Wilma to see if she got dragged behind by my chains.
I just stand up and pull it from his hands and like kick him a little bit while he's down. Good job, slave. Maybe we'll give you a little extra to eat tonight. And I go and I hand it to Ward.
Thank you. Was that your only illithid tentacle?
Well, there's 4 in the jar, but that is all we have here. Like I said, they're kind of hard to come by. You don't really just go around killing mind flayers or finding dead ones, really.
So what do we owe ya?
For that, it's going to be 100 gold pieces.
I go into
You
his
shut your
brain.
mouth, barbarian.
I go into their brain and I say, they were gonna fucking drop it. Would have been worthless then.
And I telepathically say, thank you. I was already on that.
And I go to Wilma. He's very too into this character here.
Listen, buddy. I would have given you the 100 gold had you not had that little fumble rooski with the illithid tentacle. We just saved you a sale here. 50 gold.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. So he looks at you and says, I don't know. That's quite the valuable item.
Oh, 25.
And I guess you make some sort of valid point there. If old Marvin here, clumsy fingers, gives him an elbow, I'll make sure that he pays the rest of this 50 gold for you. And Marvin goes, oh, and he kind of sinks down a little bit in his robe. And and the Duragar man says, you have yourself a deal, but don't tell anyone I was this generous with you.
This is the best market in town.
Don't you forget it. Well, seems like not interested in any of my other goods, so, thank you for your business.
Yep, I hand him over 5 platinum. Thank you. All right, barbarian. Let's go.
And I nod and keep walking.
We heading out?
Yeah, we've got what we needed.
As you guys are about to begin heading out and everything, you look around the market one more time as you saw like the slave trade going on and some other things, and you hear, let's see, Wilma, you would hear like a massive like kind of sound of like fluttering almost like wings, but not from any sort of like avian creature, more like kind of like if you were to hear like a bug flying, but it sounds and reverberates a lot louder, almost like a locust, but way louder. It seems to be coming from the north. Yeah.
And only Wilma can hear it, or we can all hear it.
There's a lot of commotion going on in here. She's got a great passive perception. She kind of just picks up on that in the background, just like a kind of a low humming sound over this sound of being a little bit drowned out from the rest of the environment around. But yeah, she picks that up coming from like this area.
Before we leave, we'd be standing there, and I guess my ears would just like kind of like turn both towards it, and I'd look at the Duragar. What is that?
What is what?
Am I the only one that hears that humming?
Oh,
that buzzing.
Yeah, you must be talking about Elvira's shop up there, the Feathered Rat. She's got all sorts of pets and what have yous up there. That's probably one of them.
Pets and what have yous?
Oh yeah,
What kind of pets?
Oh, you can find yourself a bat, a cat, a frog, maybe a giant rat. And he looks over at Marvin. And Marvin's, and then lizards, maybe some spiders, sturges.
And I kind of go, boss. Maybe we see if this nice best market in town has anything else to offer. I say that to Ward. Or Fang. I poke him.
Do you really think, and like this is telepathic, do you really think that we should be sticking around here much longer with all these wanted signs up for us?
I mean, I don't think I see anybody around here yet, and do you really think someone would try to kill us in a open marketplace?
Ah, touche.
I mean, I whisper. I telepathically say back. To be fair, this doesn't look like the most law and abiding city. So, maybe keep your eyes open.
It's one of the most clever things you said, Sorek. I mean, we can always come back. I feel like we have a task at hand that we've got to take care of with these lithid tentacles.
Well, if we want to get to getting, then let's get to getting. I have no problem if we just want to bounce out of here.
I think that's the best thing to do.
Yep, we'll hop right to it.
All right. Well, I'll walk.
Okay, you guys begin to make your way back out of Skullport, passing through all these dilapidated shops and buildings that you have passed through before. I'll go ahead and just drag you guys. Still,
as we pass the zombie lady, I'd kind of telepathically say to everybody, maybe it's worth, if we open this gate, having a couple zombies going first.
Do I see any zombies around, like from this spot?
yeah, you guys have walked your way through, the beginning of the city for the most part, and back down to the bridge that crosses over to Skull Island. And you remember seeing that sea hag of a woman covered in snails and barnacles over to your west. She's still out there with like ropes, almost like a clown with balloons, right? Like a dozen ropes off of each hand, but each with a zombie head connected to the end of each rope. And she's like, "Zombies, get your zombies here. They're great for all sorts of things." And it's just like no one's like coming up to her and looking at her or like paying any sort of attention to her. And she says, business is slow. Maybe we'll get someone in someday. Right, Marvin?
Wilma, do
I guess.
do you really think it's necessary to get a zombie just for crossing the bridge?
Oh no, it's not for crossing the bridge. When we when we go back to the Drow camp, and all this is telepathically, obviously. If we go through that gate, what do you think's on the other side of that gate? Probably a Drow or two. So,
I like the way you think.
I mean, do we have a couple zombies going first, and then poke our heads in, or do we try this whole Drow caught Solrak and Wilma thing, or do we just go in sword swinging, slashing and bashing?
The only thing that I would propose is that, what are the citizens of Skull Island gonna say when we come back with not putting the barbarian in a fight and walking out with a zombie on a rope?
Well, we say.
I mean, I like your idea, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
Maybe we just say that apparently they were a fool and they decided to leave with a party gift. I mean, who goes to Skullport and doesn't come home with something?
All right, we'll try it. Yeah, one zombie, please.
You say that, and she like perks up real quick. Zombie! Oh, and she's like, you guys are kind of far away from her, and she kind of waves you on over. Come get your zombie!
Do you have a zombie that you prefer?
Go ahead and drop a token out for her. She's well, I don't think there's none that I really prefer, but some of them are better than the others at doing certain things. They're all kind of bad at what they do in general, but some worse.
Like, do you have like a good, like, strong walking zombie?
Oh, all of these are strong walking zombies.
That's what I like to hear.
Do they listen well?
Marvin, do you listen well? He looks over, and it's like it's like, what, is everyone here named Marvin or something? And and she yanks on the rope and goes and begins to just like kind of like give this very dog look over at her, slack jaw, and begins to just slowly walk in her direction. Here, Marvin, here. And she holds up a little bit of something in her hand. You guys look at it, and it looks like maybe it's a little bit of like leathered flesh that is in her hand. Come here, Marvin. And the zombie keeps on lurching on over and says, "Look, you get a couple of these." She shows you like the jerky essentially. They'll listen to everything you say. Everything.
Oh. I kind of look the zombie up and down. And then talk to Fang and Solrak. So, do we want to have a zombie lead us through the gate, or do we just want to run in as fast as we can and kill everything that moves? I don't know which one would be more surprise.
I mean, I like the zombie ploy.
Okay.
And
Maybe we see how much they
kinda-
cost.
Kind of as
Alright.
a not so meat shield.
it depends how much
Good thought.
it costs, but since business is down, we might be able to get a deal too.
What's the cost of one of your zombies here?
Well, sure, some adventurers as yourself understand the cost of necromancy has risen these days, just like their graves.
Well, hold that thought there, sweet cheeks. I see there's really no demand for these zombies as you don't have much of a line.
Doesn't change
While
the
you
price
sat-
of
while-
necromancy.
It's supply and demand, sweetheart. You have a large supply. There's no demand.
Well, if you're looking
Take
to
that as
buy
you
in
will.
bulk, I can let you in on some sort of deal.
No wholesale accounts.
Well, how many were you looking for?
Well, what's the price? For one, and then 100.
100? We'd have to get the wizard down here himself to start making them at rapid speeds, but one we can do for 120 gold pieces. The scroll itself typically costs me 80 to revive them, or make them
Alright.
undead.
Yeah, telepath can go. I don't think we need any more than 2.
I mean, I'm game for whatever you guys decide, and I kind of like start fiddling in my pockets. But just so you guys know, I'm kind of new to the adventure game, so I'm kind of broke.
That's fine.
And I whisper, and I telepathically say back, and I'm just a poor old slave with no funding. So, master, pay the lady.
Thank you, as I was going to. Yes, 2 zombies.
2 zombies, alright. That is carry the 240 gold pieces.
Whatever. Here's 24 platinum.
Thank you. Oh, you carry platinum around. Very nice, very nice. We have more for you than if you like to spend your money.
Don't get your hopes up now. All right,
Do you have
Marvin.
anything besides zombies?
And human flesh for them to feast on.
Nope. We're all right. We're all right.
They'll listen to you better with the leather.
All right. How much leather?
Yeah.
Well, depends on how long you think you're gonna keep them around for. You can usually get by with just feeding them a couple of sticks a day. Yeah, they're like
I
a
think
puppy.
A day would be more than
Like a dog. They very trained when it comes to food and snacks.
It's
If we were to keep them both around for, 6 to 8 hours, do you think 1 stick will do? Between the 2?
Oh, I think I don't know what your plans are with them. I can't imagine anything good. But I think, like a puppy, if you give it a treat, it'll listen to you. So maybe better better to have more on hand. But, you know, if they get hungry, they can just look around and he looks back at Sorak behind you guys. Looks like your slave has plenty of flesh.
Plenty of flesh, yes. I think we'll take 2 zombies. I call you
Ooh,
Marvin. The other one,
plenty.
Flexes up
Lindsay.
in his stomach.
Marvin and what?
Lindsay.
Marvin and Lindsay. Oh, my name is Buckingham.
All right. Marvin, you hold Lindsay. Barbarian, you hold Marvin. It'll be a nice little train. And Wilma, you hold the Barbarian. I lead the way, plain and simple. Everyone got it? Everyone understand the roles here?
Sounds
Marvin.
like I'm the head of the conga line.
That's right. And I'm just the MC.
Did we get some food though? We got some food, right?
Yes, how much did you want again?
Yeah, sweet. Whatever lasts us 2 days.
Sure, just 10 gold pieces.
All right, fuck it. Another platinum gone.
Holds it up and thank you. You watch as a snail kind of crawls across her shoulder and over her backside now. Your business is much appreciated, and your funds goes towards helping the great cause. Thank you.
I kind of perk my ears up. What great cause? The one we're all fighting for?
Of course.
You know, and I wink at her. The wizard?
Yes. He's the one animates and creates them all for us. You know, he can spread them out.
Does this for you?
He's got people.
Any and I can start like fiddling Wilmer's notes. What's the last wizard that came down here?
The last necromancer?
Yeah. Yeah. Who kind of runs this gig? Like I know the big guys at the top, but who's right under him? Do they come down?
Oh yes, they come down and they help. Usually they come and either bring some of these, or we have some bodies that have floated up here, and we reanimate them, and you know, it's like when the bodies just come here, it's like almost free.
And the wizards, they just kind of pop right down here.
Yes. Don't know exactly how they come in and out, but usually what's his name? Nestor, tiny little fella, makes his way down here, and sets me up. And if it's not Nestor, it's one of his croonies, if you will, cronies. I forget what they call them.
Oh, that's fantastic to know, my friend. You haven't seen him around here anytime recently?
Last time he was down here to create some of these was maybe a week or two ago. Not long now. You see, they have lots of plans. She kind of looks around. But I'm sure you know that.
I am sure. I mean, with such fine work, I'd love to meet the hand that makes them.
Sure. They the wizards and such, they have their base set up in Daggerford, south of here. The castle there has become quite elaborate. What can we even call it? Almost a funeral parlor. Just except for the dead, when they come there, they can come back out. They don't just stay there for good.
And these two were his handiwork?
Some, yes.
These two specifically were his handiwork?
kind of looks around and lifts up the arm of one of them to look under the armpit, gives it a smell. I believe so.
That is fantastic. I mean, I've heard of the second best wizard, Nestor. Oh, just so excited. This is absolutely fantastic. If you see him, just let him know. Alma, real big fan.
I will spread this word to him. Alma is a big fan of Nestor. You want me to elaborate on it a bit more? Make it a little bit more fabulous sounding? Or are you trying to stay low key?
Oh, I would definitely love to be high key, but I'm more of an A sharp, if you will.
Oh, okay. Well, when Nestor comes back around, or maybe even Arcturia or Trobriand, we will, I'll send word to them that Elma is a big fan of their work, and yeah, if you'd like, you could even go to Daggerford yourself to go meet them.
Oh, how would I get there? Is there a shuttle?
Oh, if only. They do seem to be able to take these undead that they create. And the extra ones, of course, they sell to me. But these undeads, they seem to be able to pack them up and teleport them in some sort of magical ways as they do. Don't question the powers of such powerful red wizards. But if to get there, I would imagine you just travel as one typically does. But the gates are guarded, of course, by the leagues and leagues of undead. Just let them know that you're there to see the wizards, and I'm sure they'll allow you through.
That would be wonderful. But yep, if you see him, let him know. Big fan. Missed him at Spellhold, but maybe next time. All right.
I will surely pass the word along. Again, thank you for the business.
Thank you for the zombies.
Wonderful.
All right, y'all. We've got to get back. All right. Wilma, you've got the barbarian. Barbarian, you've got Marvin. Marvin's got Lindsay. Everyone's happy, all right? Vamos.
Vamos.
Very, very happy. As we're like hopping through town, I pull out Wilmore's notes and I find the list and I see Nestor and I just put a big circle around him.
Yes, you do. As you pull that out, and you mark that note for Nestor is the one responsible for such. Let's see. Did you guys get you set up on here? You guys can see the scene?
Yep.
Just drop some zombies on there for you. Cool. So you guys begin to cross over the bridge back through Skull Island. Let's see. Cool. Where you guys see a few Zentarum or men in black clothes. You guys definitely recognize the symbols that they're wearing to be Zentarum insignia. Walking around, some of them stationed up on the ballistas and battlements. Aiming out to the harbor and bay area around them. And you guys begin to walk through and see, like as mentioned before, a few people seem to be walking in and out of this building here. I should have fog on all of that, but apparently you guys can see it. Regardless, you guys can keep on walking through the streets here. As you guys are just going down to the docks, I'm assuming.
See.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you guys make your way down over to the docks, you stop for a moment as you look down to the water, and you notice a good group of these black-cloaked men surrounding your boat at the dock.
We picked up the boat, didn't we?
I had it noted that you guys docked it, but if you guys...
Oh, okay. If we docked it, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we docked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't rampoo it.
Yeah.
No rampooing.
always poo the ram, my friend.
Mhm.
No, I always ram the
Never.
poo.
You never ran the poo. You never do that.
That's why you
Sometimes.
poo the ram. That's how you poo the ram. If you ram the poo, you'll poo the ram.
That's right. That's never a good time. Write that down, kids.
Oh, I mean, some people it might be a good time. You don't know. There's 8 billion
Well,
people.
there's
man.
anything wrong with that.
8 billion people. Someone's gonna like that.
Do they notice us or do we notice them?
You guys first notice them as you're coming around the corner. You're looking down there. Their focus seems to be attentive to the ship area first. It's not just 2 guys here. I mean, you see their massive token. It's a good group of guys. That's why they're so big. And you see them kind of like whispering and talking to each other. Some of them standing cross-armed, and some of them with crossbows at ready, kind of looking around. And yeah, these guys can't really make out what they're talking about or anything, but obviously a heavy conversation regarding and involving this ship here.
I telepathically say, "Quick, get to this corner off to the right." And I try to sneak away.
Pull the little zombies over.
Yeah, you guys sneak back over this way. You just going? Where are you sneaking? What are you doing?
Just right into like this corner away from like the dock so that we can take a moment to figure out a plan.
Yeah, I imagine it's one of those like you walk up and you're like, "Oh shit!" You just kind of like run off to the side.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so are you guys just standing out in this street though right now?
I'd just be like standing on the other side here, just kind of now like conversing because they can't see us. So
Sure. Okay.
kind of looking. I'd kind of look around first, see who sees us, what people are looking at us, what the story is.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
No, I'm not doing much because I'm supposed to be a slave, and a slave wouldn't be doing anything. So
Sure. Yeah. Wilma, as you begin to look around, you weren't quite aware of it as much as when you crossed over the bridge and everything, but it definitely seems like the island is currently on more alert than it was when you guys arrived here. It definitely seems like there's surveillance going on. People looking around down from up top of these bastions and whatnot. And as you guys are standing around here, this door right to your guys' south opens up, and about 7 or 8 Zentarum in black come walking out into the street. And first look to the left, a couple of them start to go that way, and then a couple of them begin to go to the right, and they see you guys obviously standing right here around the corner, and say, "Hey, hold it here, everyone, gather around," and you see a couple more of these men start walking on up closer to him, once again holding heavy crossbows, and some of them holding like these massive blunted like maces in their hands as well. "Hey, what is your business?"
Our business is trying to go home.
"Well then, what seems to be the holdup?"
You guys right now. Excuse us as I like kind of gather the rest of the crew to come along. And we so our
sorry. As we start to move, I'm gonna telepathically say to everybody, "Fang, what if you rampoo the boat from far away? That would work."
I think it just turns into a box. Then
yeah.
you still have to pick it up.
Yeah, I would have to
But
pick that
then
up.
you could probably be easier to figure that out. Maybe
Doesn't necessarily say, but I imagine I have to be like right up on it.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, you have to be like in range of it.
Rampoo!
Yeah, you can't just
This thing just go-
You're like sleeping at night, like sleep talking, or Rampu, and all of a sudden your boat in your pocket just boom, 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 just like explodes.
What about do you have Griffey? Is Griffey ready?
Griffey's dead for 4 more days, something like that.
4 more days.
But I do have a lion.
I think the lion died instantly.
Oh yeah, the lion did die. The lion
Just
also takes
slice.
7 days. I think the
But
lion
yeah,
takes
so when
something
I
like
would have
that.
said that, I would have kind of like barged this way, like past him, because you
Oh,
know
no,
the dock is.
He would have stopped you for sure. You guys wouldn't have
Okay.
just been able to go by. There's like 7 guys, Zentarum right here. They're, hold on, no. We'll go ahead and escort you this way. And he goes and gestures to the north to go around. Please.
Ah, that's right, because our boat is over here. Ah, thank you. And I kind of start to walk back towards the dock, away from him.
Yep. A group of 7 guys, heavily armed, all begin to follow you. Go on.
And I keep going to the dock with everyone else. But come on.
Just watching you guys intently as you guys walk your way on over here. And still, there's a solid group of maybe a dozen or so of these Zentarum surrounding around the ship. And as you guys make your way on over here, it says, so
before
this
we get
is your
to
ship.
everything, I want to distract from it, but I still need to play the role of a slave. So then I just literally raise my hand, Master, emergency!
Ah, yes, what is it?
I need the bathroom, Master!
Ah, gentlemen, please show him the way real quick.
Oh, this is bad, Master. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, he's going to explode. Literally, he's going to explode.
I need help. Yeah.
Let's go. You better make your way into the water now. No public restrooms on the island.
Ah,
There's one on the boat.
there is one on the boat. There. Barbarian, go, please.
Thank you,
Blow that
Master.
up, not out here.
And I start waddling into the boat.
But yes, that is our
Go
boat.
ahead, make a
What is
deception
this
check, Carlos.
The what? Check.
Deception.
See if my waddle is convincing.
Yep.
Come on.
Wait a minute. Those ass cheeks don't look like they had to poop, buddy.
Not clenched enough.
Oh no!
With that, the guys that are kind of standing in front of the boat, they all kind of stand there, not like letting you cross, as one of them is now on the boat and physically searching over it. And he looks at you and says, "Look, bud, if you're gonna shit.
And then all of a sudden, the guys are in the boat, right?
One is on the boat, at least, that you can see. You can't see inside the cabin currently, but there's someone on the boat searching it currently.
So I go, "Sir, you don't understand. I really have to rampoo!" And I scream that.
You scream that as the boat, you guys see some flaps of wood shoot out from the side of it, and the top of the cabin rips open as the whole thing begins to bounce around as the one guy that's on the boat says, "Oh shit!" He goes and jumps off and tries to make it onto the dock from right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, he goes and dives and just dives straight into the water. You like almost busts his shoulder on the side of the pier and cracks his head and goes into the water and starts flailing all around as the boat is now turned into a box which is just floating right beside him on the water. And he goes and grabs it and he says, "What the hell was that?"
That is our boat. Excuse me.
And a couple of the guys around begin to circle around you guys now, as you have a good 3 dozen Zentarum surrounding you guys currently. And he says to you, one of them do at least, leading the group, says, "Look, you guys I'll give you 2 options. 1, leave now. You never, ever come back here again. Option 2, kill you.
I really like option 1. That's probably my favorite option, guys.
You kill us or we kill you?
Option 2 it is. Everyone roll initiative.
You just had to.
Don't fuck with me.
You had to do it. That's something I would ask. God damn it.
As all of them draw crossbows immediately pointed in your direction. And like I said, it's about 3 dozen guys.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. Fuck around
This
and
is
find
all
out.
because of the grease bottle in Baldur's Gate, isn't it?
Fuck around and find out.
Reload.
Yeah, F8.
Back to camp.
Look, guys. Fuck around, find out. Alright, Wilma is up first after they draw their crossbows and some of them with maces slapping on their hands and they look like they are intent to kill. What do you do, Wilma?
So there's like 3 dozen of them.
Each one of them is 7 guys.
Oh, hold on. How many? There's 3 of them.
21
right?
total.
Okay. There's 21 total. And they're just like normal soldiers.
Normal Zentarum soldiers.
Appear to be normal soldiers. Yeah. Alright. We can try to fight them, I guess. So, I will... Or if we don't want to try to fight them, I can use a level 8 spell and get us out of here. I don't really want to do that. You know what? Yeah, we'll fight them. So I will cast level 3 Spirit Guardians.
Okay. So that will drop your guys' communication telepathically.
Yep, and hold on a second, let me see how far I went. 25, and it's a 15. Yeah, so right where I'm standing, I can get the front 2.
Is that how big is it?
Or it's 15 feet. So I can get you, and I can get you. Perfect. So I can get the front 2. I will do that, and then as a bonus action, I don't even think I have any good bonus actions. That's it.
Okay, so make a wisdom save.
Wisdom
Whoops, fuck.
19.
Alright, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it this way.
That's 20 damage. Come on. Damn it. Two successes. Do they take half or do they take nothing?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright. Alright, let's see. So 2
it's half as
successes. And I can't see 2 more of these rolls. Actually, no, 3 successes. Cool. So what was the damage?
I said 3 successes?
Yeah, I have a 17 on there.
19?
Oh, 19. I thought it was 17.
No, it's 19, baby.
Gotcha. Alright, so...
So it's 20 and then 10 for the successes.
Okay. 20 and 10 for successes. Yeah, you watch as a decent amount of them seem to get chopped up, or, you know, sliced and cut from your flying whiskers and feline fangs that are flying all around. But all of them still standing and look more pissed off now after that. Sorry.
I just go, shit.
There's 20 for each one, right? And then half.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure I get this math right. Okay. All right, so yeah, all of them are still standing. Let's go with this first group here. I got a +5 to hit. Your AC is 21, so I need to hit a. I'm just do mob rules. I'm gonna need a 16 hit. 4 of them will hit. So all right, so if I go up to Wilma with these two, I guess I need to make those rolls again, right? Actually, at the start of my turn.
Hold on. So let's read it.
First time or
Spirit
starts his
Guardian.
turn there, it must make a Wisdom saving throw. Alright, let's do that again.
If you're good or neutral, when you cast this spell, you can designate any number of creatures in effect. That affect the creature's feet is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts a turn there.
Yeah, so they actually wouldn't approach you. They would back out of that area, of course, of all these slicing up little, kitty whiskers. Definitely hurt. Go and roll damage one more time. 6, cool.
That roll? Yeah, damn, that sucked.
Yeah, they're all still standing after that, and Wilma, you will take. Let's see, that will be 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Actually, I'll go ahead and just roll these. 8 points of bludgeoning damage total. I need you to make a con save, DC 10. Cool. And they all kind of back out and begin to spread out a little bit. So yeah, they're not all kind of lumped up in this one mass sum, but they're kind of all spread out along this wall here. Let's see, this next group down in the south, go ahead and roll that damage again. Cool, fails.
21.
21, nice. You see a couple, 2 of them go down in this batch right now. They're getting sliced in by these whiskers and these feline teeth. Let's see, I gotta do my math in my head. There we go. And yeah, as they back out here, still a good group of them. They take another shot at you, and let's see, whoopsies. Yeah, hit you for, it's the same roll, 8 damage. I need another con save, DC 10.
Another wisdom, yep.
Yeah, as they all begin to spread out back here again. Cool. Still holding strong with that concentration. And Fang, you're up.
All right. Did that Zentarum member come out of the water yet?
Yeah, he's part of the group again.
Okay. Do I see a doorway, like anywhere here or here, anywhere?
You do not, no. Over to the right is actually, it's a battlement kind of tower kind of thing. So that goes up like 50 feet, 60 feet tall. And
This right here?
Yeah.
But there's no like door to access that tower right there?
Not right there, no.
Do I see like any doors
Yeah,
within? That's a door?
You go up the stairs and there's a door to the side there.
Right there. Okay. Alright. I run in there. Real quick.
Okay.
And if I'm not allowed to do this, I'm going to rescind like that movement. But I use my hat to disguise, and I decide to disguise myself as identical as one of those Zentarum members.
Let's see. Yeah, it'll just be an action to do so.
Yeah. And in doing so, do I get to? Not fully sure how disguise self works. Do I get to possess an object in which they possess as well, or is it just the physical features?
You just look like them.
Okay. So yeah, I dress to the nines, looking like them. And then readying an action would be an action, right? Like, if
yes, that is an
That's
action.
okay. All right. Let me see if I can do anything else.
Just so you know, you're not like up top here. You're just like you're on like a level of this building, of this tower.
Yeah, but like I'm like kind of like not seen at the moment, correct?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
you're
entered the
inside of the
doorway.
building. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah, and I end my turn.
All right. Swordless and armorless Solrak.
Oh shit.
What do you do?
I thought he still had his armor on.
I think I thought he took that off because he was a slave, right? You're muted, Carlos, but I thought you guys were trying to make him look like a slave.
Yeah, the armor I had on, I had just put the stuff on me.
Okay.
He just had a big cloak on.
But you guys took his weapons there, right? And that was said.
That's
I have no idea. Probably.
I actually don't think they took my weapons. I still had them because originally I was supposed to go battle. I was just chained, quote unquote.
They like stripped you down of everything. I'm almost certain of that.
Well,
I'm gonna say they have your swords because that would make sense. If you were a slave going in there, you wouldn't have weapons on you.
and they meaning Wilma and
Yeah,
Frank,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm still, I can still summon my weapons.
You don't have
Right.
those gauntlets on.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to stick my hand out. I'm guessing Wilma would have had them. Yang was the master. And I'm going to punch the closest guys to me, and then I'm gonna stick out my hand at Wilma and say, "Swords!" Hopefully, the next action should give it to me. But I'm gonna attack the closest cluster of dudes with some fisticuffs.
All right, go for it. Roll unarmed strike.
I think it's the first time I've ever done that. Okay, arm strike. Bam, 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 bam. Here it is. 15.
A 15 will hit.
Yes. That's 6 damage on the first one.
Okay.
And punching again. 22.
That'll hit. 6 more damage.
6 more damage. 21. 6 more damage.
Mm-hmm. And you do not get a bonus action attack because that's a 2-weapon fighting ability, not unarmed strike ability.
And I'll stick my hands out. Wilma! Sword me here!
All right. Solrak, as you punch at this one thug, Zentarum thug before you, a group of them surround around you. Let's see. Yeah, they're all going to just try to go for it. Actually, one group is going to go for you, and they will hit you once. Actually, no. Yeah, they will hit you once for 7 damage total, and then a shot goes over at Wilma as well. One of them will hit, doing 8 damage. I need another con. And one of them in the group takes out a horn and blows into it, but you guys don't hear anything come from that sound at all. 17. That will save. Let's see. And that will bring us to the zombies who, without being told anything and without any sort of incentive, they just kind of stand there groaning. They see some flesh before them. And let's see, I'm going to make a wisdom save, or wisdom check on them. 12. Yeah, the one Marvin's going to go up and try to swipe at one of them. But misses with a natural 1. And let's see, Lindsay will now also make a wisdom save. But she is kind of just confused by the cats swirling around her and looking all around like, whoa. And that is it for her. At the top of the round, you guys begin to hear all sorts of commotion coming from the building to your west, as out from these stairs. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Doesn't look like it's showing on my screen, but you see another group of 7 or so running out from here. Behind them, another group of 7. Oops. And up on the top of the ballistas, you see them all begin to turn around and focus aim down at you guys. So at the top of the round, Wilma, it looks like the party has doubled at least.
At this point, I just kind of look up at where Fang went, and I just go, "Nice job, Fang. Nice job." And I snap my fingers, and I'm going to cast Etherealness, and everyone just kind of fades into this foggy realm, and the other people can't see us into the ethereal plane.
Let's see.
Forget my sword.
Step to the border region, the ethereal plane, area overlaps current plane, remain in the border until the reaction dismissed. At the time you can move. You can see and hear the plane originally, but everything looks great. You can't see anything, blah blah blah. On the ethereal plane, you can only affect ignore objects and spell ends. So only you remain. Oh wait, so at a higher, did you cast it at 8th level?
Yeah, 8th level.
So 3 willing
Yeah, so I
creatures.
can
The
get
creatures must be
everybody, right?
within 10 feet of you.
Oh, never mind, I don't do that. So then I just say, "Great job," and I guess I give Solrak his weapon, and I stand there like an idiot. Let's see here. What else can I do? Can I do anything?
So rack with
Giving
2
him his
swords.
stuff in action, right?
What's up?
Giving him his weapons is an action, I take it?
It will count as a free object interaction.
Oh, free option. Okay. Alright, so then I would go give him 5, 10, give him his weapon, and then let's see what else we can do here then.
Plural weapons. But no.
Yeah, weapons.
Now I'm just like ready.
Sort of a second. No, 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 no. And then I'll just cast a guiding bolt at which one of these was the one of the one to the south and to the west? Which one has the least amount of people in it?
That one that you just pinged.
Alright. I'm going to cast guiding bolts on them from the star sheet.
Okay. That's a wisdom save, or what is it?
No, that's a 23 to
Oh,
attack.
23 to hit. Cool.
23 attack roll.
I was thinking
Yep.
Sacred Flame.
And then 13 damage.
13. You watch as you strike one of them, he goes flying against the wall. Lights out as he just slides down, and that one dies. Or one of them dies right there.
One of them dies, yeah. And I don't know if the advantage works on the group or not, but
Yeah, it'll be on.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. All right.
Since we're doing
We'll do that.
rules.
Cool.
Cool, cool. All right.
That's it.
Beautiful. That one is up now with just, it seems like 3 of them left in that group. They are going to have to take their shots. They're gonna shoot up.
I would move 5, 10, 15, 20.
Shit, well,
Yeah.
okay. Let me go ahead and actually, because those ones entered your space.
I would
let
want
me
to get
with
away
some
from
wisdom saves.
them.
Well, I got some,
Oh.
those guys are in your spiritual weapon
Oh,
space,
yeah.
or your spirit guardian space,
Cool.
right?
Yeah.
Alright, so we got, whoops, wrong thing. Uh,
13 damage.
looks like 2 saved. Okay, 13 damage times 5 is 60. Got it. Yeah, you knock out a couple of them with couple of cat's meows swinging on through here. Looks like maybe you took down 3 of them. But with that, yeah, you shoot out and or yeah, they shoot out some heavy crossbows. And let's see, first one going at you, 17, 15, 14, and 15. No hits on you.
I would kind of mention to everybody that we should probably get like the boat going and try to leave here, unless we're gonna fight this entire army. Because there's probably more.
And this group now begins to make their way up here. Let's see, they can get right here, and they're all going to start shooting as well. This is a full group, so we're going to get 2 full attacks on Wilma, doing a total of 8 damage. I should need a 10 con save. Are you muted, Luke?
I'm sorry, say it again?
Yep, there you go.
It's my
It's your
turn.
turn.
Yeah, I said, are you muted? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, sorry. There's, I'm like thinking of 100 different things to do. All right.
Do less.
ADHD. Solrak picked up the boat, correct? Or is the
No,
it's in the water
the
still?
Zentarum grabbed it.
It's in his hands, but he's in the water.
He got out of the water because
He
there's
got
like
out of
there
the
was a,
water.
there was a lapse of time between the time the boat came in and the day we surrounded you guys. That guy climbed himself out of the water, wiped himself off a little bit, but yeah, he's part of one of these groups again.
I gotta read something real quick.
Where is the boat exactly? I guess.
That's a good question.
Mm.
If only you guys could look into their pockets.
Right, but we would see
Now we
what
put
the
it in
guy
the
who
box.
had it. We
Yeah.
would know which one he.
I mean, there's like 50 guys
The
out
only
here.
one that-
Go ahead and make a perception
Yeah,
check.
but
It's gonna be a high
the one that's
DC.
soaking wet.
Yeah, sure. But maybe he's in one of these groups. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's in your line of sight. Maybe he's not.
Is there any other boats in the dock?
There are 2 boats docked up there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that token or not, but
It's too dark for me.
Fuck. Okay. Alright, hold on 1 second. I have a crossbow. I have a long. Okay. I take out. Just my standard longbow. Actually, no. I lied. I take out my adamantine sword. And I run up to who's causing the most attention? Is it Solrak?
Wilma.
Wilma's causing the most attention.
Yes.
I go up to her, behind her, and I pretend like I'm holding her hostage with like holding her with like my sword up to her neck. And I just yell out, "Cease fire!" And I guess that's my turn. And I guess if they don't cease fire, is that considered an action? Like if I see that they don't cease fire, can I ready an action to attack?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, so that's what I will do. I will. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Sounds good. All right. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Great.
It's a lot going on.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Cool. I mean, it was your first roll anyway, so the disadvantage wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, you go up to Wilma and grab her, and so much commotion going on that your voice is muffled and not even heard by most of the people around you. And the ones that are focusing on Solrak and Wilma, or Solrak, and not really, yeah, paying any attention to you.
Well, didn't I just ask who's like, causing the most disturbance right now?
Yeah.
So why would they be focused on Solrak over
Well-
Wilma?
Well, they're focused on Wilma as well, but because she has the spirit guardians out, they can't get up next to her, so they're next to Solrak, but a lot of the focus is on Wilma, yeah. She's causing a lot of commotion, but they can't get close to her because of that. So they're not like, yeah, right up on her. Alright. Anything else?
Nope.
Solrak, you're up.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a swing with Demon Sword to this group in front of me. Ooh, 12 on the first one,
12 will miss.
25.
25 will hit.
That's 9 plus. Oh, it did it again. 9 plus 13 damage.
13 damage, so let's see. 13 total, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you slice one of them that was kind of looking weaker down, and there seems to be 2 more standing in this group.
All right, here I go again. 28.
Yep, that'll hit.
And 6 plus 6, 12 damage.
Nice. Yep, down to the last one of this group now after you slash that one.
All right, Dawnbringer time. Ooh, 29.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 10 damage.
Cool. Yeah, he's still standing, but definitely looking beat up. Yeah, anything else that you want to do?
Let me see real quick. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and take an action surge.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm going to strike again.
Go for it.
All right.
Finally, with your swords in hands, you feel rejuvenated and ready to kill. 22.
22 on the first one, and that is 12 more damage.
And with that, you slice down that last one of these guys here. 7 Zentarum sprawled out on the ground here with their blood soaking into the dirty earth.
Yeah, buddy. And now I'm going to go ahead and hop on my broom, zip, zap, zoop, and fly over to this group right here. That's the closest. Oh, wait, I'm on ruler. And now I'm swinging at them.
All
Two
right,
more swings.
go for it. Yep, 2 more swings.
28 on the first one.
That will hit.
And that is 17 damage. Hell yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, this is a full group of guys right here. You slice into one of them, and he looks pretty hurt.
Okay, one more shot. Oh, 11.
11 will miss. Same guy.
Actually,
dodged back that one.
I'll use a lucky on that one.
Sure.
28. Fuck yeah.
Yep, that'll hit.
7 plus 1, 8 damage.
8 damage, nice. What was the first damage? Yeah, so that guy's still standing, but definitely looking very weak now. Anything else for you?
That is it.
All right, let's see. That brings us to these guys down here who begin to move up around, and with a bunch of crossbows aimed at you, Solrak, they're going to start shooting. We're going to get you for 8 damage total. And that will be that. Zombies are very unsure of what's going on. So much chaos that they just kind of start wandering around, and yeah, they're kind of out of it right now. No direction or rhyme or reason for what they do. So this group of Zentarum down here, they start to shoot crossbows as well at Solrak, hitting for 10 and 4, 14 damage total. And now it's good old ballista time. You guys see there's 3 groups of men with ballistas up at the top surrounding you guys. And they begin to shoot down as they have loaded them up already. And actually, no, sorry, they have to aim this round. There's only, I'm sorry, I do have 3 guys up here for each one. So yeah, they are going to shoot down at first Solrak for one of them, the closest one, 18 to hit. The next one is going to be at Wilma.
Do they still decide to do that even though they see me holding her hostage?
They do.
Okay.
And you can react if you want.
Yeah,
But
Can
18 or
I-
19 misses. Oh.
okay, then never mind.
And another one, 17. They all seem to miss, and they all start, furiously begin going back and aiming or loading these back up and re-aiming them. At the top of the round, Wilma, you hear more commotion coming down from the south. These don't sound like humans, though. You hear a bunch of guttural groans and moans and shouts coming from another type of language. And they're not really in sight yet, so you can't see what or whom they are. But sounds like there's more to the party.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you, Wilma.
Are there any doors around here?
Right where you are,
So,
not
like,
on that side. There was one on the other
Like,
side.
Oh, just the one up to the north.
There's one over here, and one right there, the closest to you.
But I meant on this side, where the bows are.
There's these stairs that you have to climb up, and then climb up the stairs inside there. Like I said, they're like 50, 60 feet tall. So
I can't get under it.
correct.
Okay. I just kind of tell them we should probably try to move to the to a ship or something. Get the hell out of here. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, hi guys. 30. And then I don't see anything else coming from the south. I guess I don't. They're too far away.
Nope, not from not currently, but what I would say, go ahead and make a perception check. Let's see if you do notice something.
Perception.
Cool.
There you go.
Right here, you guys remember that there was a massive chain kind of gate that they had lowered down to allow you guys in here. That is still up currently. So if you wanted to sail out of here, it would be near impossible without that chain being down.
Oh, it's up. Okay, the thing's up.
Yep.
All right. Well, then 25, 20. Let me see here. Can I get that? 15, 15, 25. Okay, that's fine. I am going to sit here and I will, as an action, I will disengage. And as a bonus action, I will drink a potion. I think I got a potion.
You're disengaging. There's no one around you. that you had to like?
I'm sorry. Dodge.
Gotcha.
And like right before I left Fang, I kind of like moved his little sword off my neck, and I was like, maybe you should try killing them. And then I kind of left at that point. And I'm gonna take a potion of greater healing. Action is dodge, and then I'm gonna like turn to these people to the south and just kind of like pull up my tail and just shake my ass at them.
shake your little your cottontail at them.
Shake my cottontail at them.
Nice.
And see what they can do about it.
I'm sure they can do something. Anything else for you?
I think that's, and then I'm gonna, and then 15 health. Perfect.
Cool.
That's it.
All right, this group comes down off the stairs, and just looks over at Fang and begins to aim and shoot. It's only 2 of them in this group, so they are gonna have to actually shoot. A 15.
So they know it's me with my disguise. I take
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry. I did forget that you were in the disguise. No, so yeah, they won't shoot at you. They'll shoot at Solrak, but a 15 and 5, they will both miss. And that is that for that group. Now the ones that are right below Solrak, there's still 4 in there. So one of these hits will hit for 6 damage.
Whatchamacallit first.
Oh yeah. Let me go ahead and do that.
Spirit Guardian still up.
So then they missed, right?
1d20 plus 4. Let's see. 1. I got 2
2
successes.
saves.
What was the damage? 15?
15 damage, and then 7 for the fails.
Okay, so yeah, that I'm gonna have to roll to hit you now, actually. So let's see. Oh, I have been fucking this up too. I'm supposed to be getting 4 hits on you guys. I forgot they have multi-attack. So no, they straight up are gonna be able to do damage on you then. Yeah, the 4 damage or whatever that I just rolled. Yeah, you guys.
And that's to me or Wilma?
To you.
Wilma.
To you, Solrak. And they back out of the Spirit Guardian radius, of course. With that, you can take an opportunity attack, Solrak, if you want.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, they didn't move on your guys' screen.
Yeah, they did.
15.
15 will hit.
That's 5 plus 10 damage.
Cool, 10 damage. You slice another one of them down. The one that's at the back of the group, they're all trying to push back. You get him right in the back, and he falls down lifeless. That'll bring us to Fang now.
Alright, with my... Alright, do I see the lever in which the gate is kind of activated by?
You saw that...
Or where would I know the general position from it?
When you guys were arriving, you guys saw that it looked like it was located at the top of one of these battlements.
Where the ballistas are.
Correct.
And that's a tower?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. I will, and you said they're 70 feet up?
50 to 60.
50 to 60. Yeah. Ruler. Alright. I will start running towards the tower and start running up it.
Okay, so that was your
And
full
then-
movement to get right there, right?
No, that was only 15 feet to get there.
15 feet to get right where you are now?
Yes.
Weren't you right here? Is it pinging for
Not
you?
that I saw. It.
You were
My
right.
token.
Yeah,
I don't
you were-
know. Was it?
Yeah, you
I
were
thought-
Yeah,
right.
you're
look
back
at-
by me.
That's where Wilma. You were right there. You just moved your token from it right there.
I thought it looked like my token was right there. But
Nah.
okay. All right then.
Because Wilma was just with you. She just came from
Yeah.
right there to there.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, I moved 30 feet.
Okay. I will use my Cape of the Mountebank and Dimension Door up to the top, and I kind of, just buff up my chest and kind of look like trying to confuse them because they see me, and I'm hoping they attack me.
Okay.
And that's my turn because I still have my attack ready for
No,
when
you
they
don't.
attack.
That
It's only
just,
for one turn.
just for that round. Yep.
Then can I spend a key point to do flurry of bows even though I didn't do a melee attack?
You cannot.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. Solrak, you're up.
All right. I think it's time that I use it. First things first. It's race time here. Go ahead and rage, and I'm gonna move up to this crew right here in front of me, and take a swing at him. Demon sword. 23. That is 14 damage.
14 damage. Nice. Yeah, he sliced down another one of them. It's just one left in this group now.
Okay, another demon sword. Ooh, that's a 10. I'll let it have it. That's cool. 19.
19 hits.
That is 12 more damage.
14, right?
No, 12.
Rage.
Oh, yeah, plus, yeah, rage. 14, sorry.
Hmm.
Actually, then I add 2 points to the first damage.
Okay, cool.
They're still there?
Still standing. Yep.
Okay, then I will go ahead and end my turn there.
Okay, cool. Alright, that will bring us to this group right here with Wilma in front. Yeah, we're gonna get 4 hits on you, actually, Wilma. Gonna do 3.
Disadvantage do anything?
Okay,
you're rolling them.
Alright, is this group right here has
I
disadvantage?
dodged.
Oh, that's right.
I did dodge. So, I realized you had disadvantage, right?
Yep. So 2 of them will just hit you then. Total, 13
Okay.
points.
Okay.
Yeah, con save on that. 10. Still up. And
Thank God.
let's see. That group kind of just stays there. Same with this group, all taking shots. Yeah, they're gonna focus on the one that has these little things that are surrounding her and chopping everyone up. So, gonna hit you for another 15 points of damage.
Another con save.
Yes, please. That brings us to the ballistas now. The crew that is up here, there's 3 of them. Nice, 20. Confused by the one of them that are up here. Fang, when you got up here, did you say anything or do anything particular? You just said you kind of just ran up there, right?
Yeah, just Dimension Door up there.
Okay. Just kind of poof up there and take them by surprise for a moment. They swing the ballista around though, and they aim it down at Solrak. And 9 to hit, will not hit. Another one up to the north will now shoot as well. 19, and then the furthest north one, it's gonna be a natural 20. And you take a total of 40 piercing, half to 20.
Thank God I raged.
Yes, as a massive ballista bolt just finds center chest. The point of it goes through your armor, and you feel it impale into you for a moment, but not as deep as it fucking could have. And that will bring us to the top of the round, who, with that Wilma, you hear that commotion, stomping through the streets, a lot of guttural, loud noises coming around, as from this corner to the south, you see, let's see, I don't know if you can actually see them on your screen or not, but it looks like there's about a dozen orcs coming your guys' way as well.
Right.
And Wilma, you're up.
They're... If I can't see them, I'm assuming they're fairly far from me.
Yeah, you would hear they're huffing and puffing and shouting everywhere, and they're stomping, but they're somewhere around here.
Okay, somewhere around there. So...
You guys don't have
These
to fight
guys
to the
haven't
end.
been- Well, the gate's up, right?
It is, but
Yeah, he's gonna try to put it down. We now gotta get to the boats.
Look for the
I
sun.
am-
I mean, you can surrender is what I meant, but
Oh, hold on. My whole thing just screwed up. I hit a button.
Back.
I am going to move to here. 20 feet. So I kind of run up so it barely just touches them, and then so that they get hit, because this is their first time in it, so I don't have to wait for their turn. So they get hit with the Spirit Guardian. Level 3.
I have 3 successes so far.
Only 11 damage though.
So only 2 of them in the first group fail. And ooh, 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, same. 3 in the second group fail. So I think that's right.
I will.
What was the damage again? 11, you said.
11. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am going to cast bonus action Cure Wounds on myself from my pendant. That's 2d8 plus 4 plus 5 from the 1 bit. Where is Cure Wounds? Oh, it's level 2. Big money. So 16. This is not going well. 1, 6. And then I am going to... Which one of these two? So, of everyone that's out, so these 2 down here, and yeah, I can hit this guy up here. And this guy, who's like looking the roughest.
The one next to Solrak is a single guy.
And Solrak, what's your movement? You wouldn't be able to get to these people down here or do anything.
No, I get 30 feet.
Yeah, so you earn it.
Yeah, just too far.
It's too far. Okay. So you would do something with that one. Ballista's 70 feet. On spell, how far does that go? That goes 60 feet. So So I moved what, 20 feet? So I move back 5, 10 feet against the wall. And then I'm going to Sacred Flame whichever one of these two in front of me looks the weakest.
Pretty
Whichever one
much
had
even.
I guess it was the bottom one.
Yeah,
okay,
the
I guess
bottom one.
The bottom one then. 19 dex save.
19 dex. Let's see. That's an 8.
17 damage.
Cool. As you ignite another one of them, and one more has fallen.
And at this point, I kind of holler up, "Punch something, Fang!" I kind of, that's it.
Okay. These orcs down here all begin to grunt and shout and stomp their way in your guys' direction, using a bonus action to dash. Now let's see. Yep, they got Wilma in their range. This group of 5 of them are. Let's see, with a +5, that means one of them will hit. So they throw a javelin over in your direction, hitting you for 8 damage, Wilma. Another 10 con. And I'm gonna.
Didn't you say they dashed?
That was a bonus action to use their aggressive feat, which is a dash. Yep. Same exact thing coming up here. Another javelin, 5 more points. And let's see. He's going to use his full speed, and then get to the edge of this dock here. And Solrak, up at you, you are also going to take just 2 points of piercing damage. And Wilma just stays concentrating on these spells, regardless of how much she is being hit. Alright, so these.
Are you rolling to us or just the damage to us? Because I can't see it roll.
I'm just rolling the damage because I'm using mod rules. So I don't have to spend forever rolling for 60 people. Yeah. I can share it with you guys. I've shared with it before, but I can share with you guys what the mod rules are. Alright, so this group now, let's see, runs down, pushes Lindsay out of the way, falls over, and
Poor Lindsay.
2 shots at Solrak. I'm gonna have to roll these because there's not enough guys. 17 and 14, neither of them will hit. And that will bring us to this group who's right next to Solrak. Once again, it's just one of them, so he's going to try to take a shot at you, or a hit at you. 21 will hit, right?
I'll block it.
Which are you doing? Your wings, cool. He will go and swing again, and a 22. Can't react on that, so 4 bludgeoning, half the 2. And that brings us to Fang.
Are any of the guys up here, like up against like the wall?
They are all actively loading and aiming and adjusting the ballista.
So is that a no?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're not like leaning up against the wall, no. They're all actively working on this ballista.
Take one out.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so I go up to one of the guys that's not in the ballista, and I just kick him.
Okay. You go up to one of the guys and start wailing on him. Go and roll to hit.
12.
That will miss.
Alright, I'll do it again. 18.
That will hit.
Alright. 8 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action, I'll do the guy in the ballista. 18 again. 7 damage.
Okay.
And
Was it just one unarmed strike? You're doing 4 blows.
nah, just one unarmed strike.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, it's still standing. Haven't knocked one down, but now you have their attention.
That's my turn.
Okay. Solrak, you're up.
Okay. First things first, I'll take a swing at the guy in front of me. Demon sword. Bam.
14 will hit.
14. Yes. And that is 10 damage.
He is still standing.
Actually, 12 damage.
Still standing.
I'll swing again. 16.
16 hits. With that one, you carve through him like a Thanksgiving turkey, and he gobbles as it goes down to the ground.
Yeah, buddy. Now I'm gonna. Pretty sure that's enough space. I'm gonna move on up. Yep, plenty of space. To the ones next to Fang. And I'm gonna swing at that one. Even sword.
That is 50 feet up, so you cannot do that.
But these guys are on top of the thing.
Correct. Yep.
Well, I mean, I'm on my broom, so I could fly up. I won't get the 50 feet up, but I'll fly up as close as I can, and I'm going to throw into the ballista booth my gem of red corundrum, I believe it's called.
It takes an action to do that. You've already used an action to do your attacks.
To
throw the gem.
Got it. Well, since I would get a bonus action under my dual wielder, could I use one of those? And I still have an attack left.
It's you have to use a full action to break the gem.
Got it.
Yeah, it says when you use an action to break the gem in the description.
All right, never mind. So then I don't do all this. In that case, I'll just move over to these guys are down on the floor, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just move over to them instead.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. And I will do. Still have 2 attacks. Demon sword. 18.
18 hits. Yeah.
11 plus. If this fucking dice move out of my way, there we go. 17 damage.
17 damage. Cool. Yeah, you slice down one of them. It's just one left in this group now.
Okay, 21. 15 damage.
Cool. Yeah, he is looking pretty hurt now, but still standing. Anything else that you want to do?
That's it.
All right, this one south of Wilma. You're no longer currently dodging, right? Yeah, that's right.
Correct.
Yeah, so they take just 2 of these are going to hit you. 8 and 9, 17 damage. Lindsay kind of rolling around on the ground, tries to push herself back up, and yeah, stands up and kind of looks around like confused where everyone went, pulls on the rope and is like, huh? As no one's holding it, and begins to start to walk away. And let's see, this group here, there's only 2, or is it 2? Yeah, there's 2 left in this one, so one of these hits 5 points of damage on Wilma. And at the ballistas now, let's see. Fang, go ahead and roll a, let's see, what can we do for this? Roll an intimidation check. Cool.
Nat 20.
Yeah, they are beginning to swing. They were aiming, and of course, attentive to the ballista and about to aim it back down and shoot at Slorak and Wilma. But you've clearly shown your presence up here. appearing out of nowhere, out of a puff of smoke, and immediately striking at these guys. They're put the ballista to the side, and you see them pull out their maces, and their attention is on you now. So that one ballista is not going to shoot down there anymore, but two more still are going to shoot, both at Solrak. A 12 and a 24.
I'll block the 24.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, actually, is that 6 real?
Nope. Nope.
'Cause
Nope. You blocked it. Too late. 3d10
Why was the
6.
last one 40?
Yep. You missed because the last one's a crit. But
ridiculous.
yeah.
That was a crit. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I was like, wow.
All right. Wilma, you are up with seemingly more commotion coming from the south.
So I just kind of, I look back at Solrak fighting like one guy and Fang screaming at people. And then I turn around and there's like 40 people in front of me, I'm assuming at this point.
A decent amount, yeah.
So, and I'm kind of, I'm kind of hurt at this point.
There's 6 Zentarum at least, and then 15 orcs in front of you.
15 orcs.
Where are the orcs?
You can't see them.
Yeah, you might not be able to see them with your vision range, but they're all around here.
Okay.
And at this point, I just kind of like grab hold of my little whiskers around my neck and I go, I guess I gotta do everything. And I'm gonna cast heal on myself for 70.
Cool.
And I'm just going to walk into them.
Okay.
No, I move the. How do you move the circle? Yeah.
Circle's
And I'm
with
just
you.
gonna go. Hold on, where was I? I was back here. I was like here, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to 35. Question.
Yes.
There's so many things here.
Mm-hmm.
If I was in like a group of them, would I give another group disadvantage? I am tiny.
Yeah, I guess it would depend. Let's see. Right now, the Zentarum can easily surround you without taking up all the spaces around you. I mean, it would depend on how exactly you get in there. But yeah, if you're like in the middle of like this group of orcs or whatever, actually, regardless, there's really not a way for you to be fully surrounded right now, unless you went right in between the two groups of orcs. But yeah.
Hold on, let's see here. Let me get my 70 health first.
Yeah, that's a good call.
70 health. I've got that thing going on. Yeah, there's no way for me to embed disadvantage. Hold on, let me see here. 30, 55. Is that door open?
It seems to be able to open.
But it's not open.
It's not currently
Okay.
open now, yeah.
Would. Yeah. You know what? We're just gonna. 15, 20, 25. If I stood like there. Would they have advantage on me, disadvantage on me, or like-
Technically, you're being flanked, so yeah, there would be advantage.
okay? All right, then we're not gonna do that then.
Yeah.
You know what then? We're gonna go around the corner.
Around the corner he goes. As you get up there, you see Lindsay on a slow shuffle back to the bridge area.
Let's go, Lindsay. And I'm gonna pull out one of the like foods, or I'm gonna pull out a ration or something from my
Mhm.
bag, and I'm gonna throw it around the corner.
Yeah. Begins to sniff in the air and sees it land on the ground and hears it kind of scuttle and begins to slowly make their way on over in that direction instead.
All right, and this guy's within my stuff. Okay, all right, that's just. You know what? So I can kill him. Yep, and I'll end right there.
Okay.
And bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I'm thinking. No bonus action. All right.
All right. This group of orcs down here uses their bonus action to use their full movement and dash as well. And they make their way right up behind Solrak. And you got a group of 5 of them here. So one of them is going to hit you for a total of...
He's right there. He's in my space. Little corner. Little corner.
He clearly would not have stepped into your fucking thing. So Solrak, you take 2 damage. Yeah, they definitely would not have stepped in there. Another group comes running on up here, and a couple of javelins get thrown up. One of them at Wilma. 9 points of damage on you. Need another 10 con. This group of thugs, it's just one in front of Solrak. He's going to try to attack him twice. 19 and a 5. That's a natural one. So he misses on that one. Con 13 is good. This group of orcs down here now begin to run around. That is their full movement right here. And is that a disadvantage? That is a disadvantage. So I'm gonna have to roll these to see if I hit. These are what? Solrak. Roll. 17. A 12. 16. 12 and 11. Bunch of javelins just go flying by you, and you're like dodging out of the way. No problem. And that brings us to Fang.
Fuck yeah. All right. I can't see. All right. So what I do is I kind of step away without leaving their like melee range. What do I can't. Am I able to like peek down here? I can't see where like the Zentarum and the orcs are. Like, can you like
Yeah, I mean,
mark them somewhere?
There are orcs all in front of you, right here. You see all that, right?
Okay. Yeah, I see those marks. And what about the Zentarum?
But
Weren't there some?
You don't see these tokens here?
No.
Yeah, it's probably just out of your line of sight. There's not a lot of light down here, and you don't have dark vision. So yeah, you just can't really see them if you can't see them on the screen.
How tall? But I see the orcs. Okay.
Yeah.
How tall is the like? Is this like a 3-foot kind of like ledge right here?
It goes to at least like chest height for sure.
All right. I climb up on top of the ledge, and I just say, "See you, fellas," and I jump down. But in doing so, I 180 turn, and I see in this area a lot of Zentarum, a lot of orcs, and so I find the middle point, which is kind of like this group of orcs right here, and with my undying flame, holy symbol, I pass flame strike. So it's a 10-foot radius. So it should hit all the Zentarum and all the orcs in that area. And they have to make a dex saving throw, DC 17. And so they'll take 4d6 fire damage and 4d6 radiant damage.
And it is actually a level 8, so you up each d6. You add 3d6 to each one.
So 76 and 76.
Correct. Let me go ahead and make these saves.
27.
All right, let me go ahead and do the first group of Zentarum first.
Oh.
That is
13.
a 1, 6, 15. So first group fails altogether.
So they all take 56 damage.
All right, second group is
I'm sorry, 55.
what was the DC?
17.
All right, so 1 succeeds on the second group. And these
So he'll take
orcs,
27.
1 orc succeeds,
27 damage.
and the rest of them fail. So the full damage was it again?
55. 55.
Okay, so this first group, explosion of brilliant radiant light and fire just in a pillar explodes and illuminates this whole area around you where it was once completely pitch black almost. You guys are almost blinded and watch as these Zentarum and orcs become seared and charred like a barbecue over here. What was the half damage? One more time.
27.
27. You kill that whole group of Zentarum thugs right there. And 27. And all of these orcs, they all fucking just go up in a pillar of brilliant radiant light and divine flames as they all just char right there. You hear screams and you smell the burnt hair. It's awful, and it starts to fill up this place with a bunch of smoke as all these bodies just pile up in this area right there.
So I obviously would have landed in the water.
Yeah, go ahead and make a athletics check. Or acrobatics, rather. I don't know why I said athletics.
Alright, so add 4, so 15.
15? Okay. You go and take a swan dive down. Well, you have something for like falling, right? Or something?
I have slow fall, so it would probably reduce most of the damage.
Just read that again. Take it 5 times. Oh yeah, so you just splash on in and you feel the impact of your body hit the water, but it does not damage you. You know,
Is that all my movement technically?
It technically is to like get to, like that uses your movement, yeah.
Okay. Alright, that's my turn.
Cool. His fang is down in the water. You guys look as a pile of corpses are searing and burning all down here. Cleared out a good, what was it? Almost 10 of them total in that hit. Solrak, you're up. You're muted.
I'm gonna take a swing. Here's a question for you. Could I do a what the fuck's it called? Sorry. It is I think I got rid of it. Sorry, I'm looking for the attack where I strike 2 people at the same time. It's a sweeping attack, I believe it is.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, sweeping attack. That's what it is. Could I do a sweeping attack on this guy and the group here, since they're both kind of in there?
I think they have to be within 5 feet of each other. Let me reread that, but I don't know if it's within 5 feet of you. I think it's 5 feet within of each other.
Could you
It's
do a
within
swing
5
attack
feet of the
against
original
a mob
target.
and hit 2 people?
Yeah, you could do it with the orc. The group of orcs, there's 5 of them right there, so you'd be able to hit one and then follow through and hit another one of them, though.
Perfect. All right, I'll do that.
So it'd just be like doing extra damage to, you know.
Exactly, I'll do that. So I'll do a sweeping attack on the group of orcs.
Cool.
And I'll go ahead and do that
Where's my...
with
Yeah.
my demon sword. Yeah.
Oh, not that one.
Oh, yeah, dirty 20.
There we
What the fuck was that?
go. That's my orc.
That's nice. That's 12 on the first one, and I believe I get the
Oh, well, the first one.
superiority badge.
Yeah, it's a D10.
12 damage. And then D10. Here it comes. Of course, a 1.
Nice.
Does that get
Solid,
plus
dude.
2 with the rage?
Yeah, it does.
Alright, it's to 3 on the second one. Okay. And then I'll swing again.
Yeah, it's plus 2 melee
York.
damage on any attack.
And that's another dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
And that is 8 damage.
8 damage.
I'll swing again.
You got 2 of them down in this group at least.
19. And that is 15 damage.
15 damage, nice. Another one of them goes down. Looks like, yeah, one of them is looking very weak. The last one out of these 2 is still standing strong.
Well, since I still have some work to do, I'm gonna go. I don't know if you guys have seen classic film Mighty Ducks 2. There's a part in it
Knuckle
where not quite.
Fucks him right in the fucking face.
There's a guy about to come. I think one of them sticks their hockey stick like a sword and it hits the person behind them.
Nice. I don't
So
remember that.
I'm gonna do that to stab the guy behind me. That's still the lonely guy standing here with my one slayer.
Hell yeah.
Dawnbringer. Oh yeah, 29.
That definitely hits.
That's 10 damage on him.
Good old Ted Danson. You got sliced through one of them. He falls down completely carved, and the last one standing there, you follow through and hit him a little bit, and he just looks at you and gives you one of these. Oh. Alright, and Lindsay begins to sniff around and follow this treat around the corner. It goes and runs up to it, still has a couple more feet to get to. She gets over there. Alright, these ballistas are all locked and loaded once again. We're going to take some shots down here. We got first one coming at Solrak. That's a natural 20.
Damn.
That is a total of 39 halved is 18 points of damage. We got another shot coming down here. It looks like at Wilma from the north west or northeast. That's a nat 1. And then Carlos is like, what the fuck? And then another one shooting down at you again. Another weak shot. That's a 11 total to
Dude,
hit.
Wilma's been taking a beating.
Yes.
Suck it.
With that though, you know, the guys are looking like there's a turn happening here, right? With all these ogres and these Zentarum dead and burning all around you guys. Wilma, as I mentioned, you definitely hear and sound, or you hear and smell more of these orcs coming up around the corner, down from the south. Looks like another group of, if anyone can see them, I'm not sure if Solrak can. But yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of footfall coming up around there, and you hear some humans shouting from behind there as well. But what really catches your attention, Wilma, is what shakes the cavern, and everyone obviously hears this.
Fang, we're gonna leave.
As you guys hear the
We'll
reverberation
be
of
fighting the goddamn battle.
unmistakable dragon roar reverberates in this chamber, and you guys hear heavy leather flapping wings coming from the south somewhere. Wilma, you're up.
So dragons from the south. So we gotta kill the dragon. Because we can't fly out. It'll just chase us, right? Dragons can fly. So...
Not the biggest tunnels.
Exactly. I don't think we can chase us. Get the fuck out of here is what we gotta do.
Bang, can you do like anything with water?
Technically, but not only for me.
What
Like,
can you do?
I mean, I have Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Oh, yeah, you use that, right? So... I'll lose the boat, though. All of the initial guys have been killed.
There's one Zentarum in front of Solrak still. A bunch of orcs, and there's up on the battlements. There's a dozen almost total.
Yeah, but those were like if we're trying to find the boat,
Oh, correct.
right?
Yeah,
All those people are dead.
pretty much. Yeah,
And
you're right.
Fang, can Fang go on Solrak's broom?
Throw us, I don't think. I think it's too heavy.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't. He's not in his range. Solrak would have to give it to him or whatever. But
Yeah, but like they both can't get on the broom together.
no, I don't think so. Yeah, not too
I can
many.
get you because you're
creatures.
little. That's Fang's
Yeah.
too big.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about me. I think. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay, if we're not gonna worry about you, I mean, I can run right now and not have to deal with any of this. So if we want to run, we can just run. He can fly. I can do something really cool, but then you're by yourself, Fang. So I don't know if you have a plan.
He
just
started
talk.
You just talk.
you could just talk. We don't have to be.
Yeah, I'm
secretive.
good. I'm good.
And the stream wants to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Alright,
what
if
we
you're good,
I give. Yeah, no. I mean, like, I give Wilma a double eye wink. She kind of shakes her tail.
and that fence is like a chain fence, right?
Yeah, it's like a chain that's pulled across with a bunch of chains going down each slit, so that there's only small gaps in between each chain that goes down. And
Yeah, they're like it's like a foot by foot gap or something like that.
yeah, like a person could squeeze through it. Sure.
Okay. I really want to have the boat long term, so can I
for the circle.
perception check? Can I see if I can determine where that damn boat went? Like who's got the boat? Like which person, if I can remember, who pulled them up? Like somebody
For
had
the
something
guy
on
who's
hold?
literally soaking wet. It's the only one who's been in the water.
Well,
That's true.
now that
Who's
there has
wet?
been a crazy fire that's burnt most of these guys, who knows if any of them is wet anymore? But go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, that was just the group to the south though, because he
Yeah,
he
that
wouldn't have
would
been.
fucking-
Or I guess he could have read it in that one. Yeah.
There was
Worked out
better.
3 groups
Yeah,
down there. Yeah. But go ahead,
Yeah.
make a perception check.
Yeah, but I thought they came back in. But okay,
It's
we're
been
gonna
in
perception
game
check.
time from this fight. It's been like 3 minutes, so there's no way to dry.
Not even. But no, I mean,
15?
a crazy magical flame would definitely, I think, make someone dry. If it burns him to death, I think maybe he would not be wet anymore.
Well, yes, but then we have bigger problems.
Well, that's when
Exactly.
The boat's gone too.
That's what you have to, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, but I thought they came up after the fight. But I don't know. It's whatever. You're right. It's a 15.
15. Look around. You see a couple guys laying to the north. Doesn't look like the guy that you saw fall in the water is amongst these bodies up here. And you look down to the south of the piles of burning bodies, and who knows? Maybe in that group of bodies down there, he could be in there. But you'd have to dig through them and find out, because it's hard to make out any distinguishing appearances or anything to determine who is who in there.
All right. So with that, I am going to dash, and I'm gonna split the orcs. This will be their first time in, so they would get they'd get all chopped up.
Okay, let's see. So we got wisdom saves for orcs, just 1 left on the top, so he's probably about to die. That's a 2. How much is the damage?
It's 3d8,
Yeah,
so this is 20 damage.
yeah, he's gone. The bottom group is going to roll 5 times, and they are all going to fail. And you just watch as a blender pretty much around Wilma just incinerates all of these orcs, and the smell is not great down here, guys, as all of these orcs are now like just leaking out and burnt and dead everywhere. It's not a good scene. But you killed them all.
I did kill them all because she don't play. And then Solrak, you think you'll be good with the ballista aiming at you? I guess you're raging, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, take defensive maneuvers and all that jazz. All right, so you're good at being completely alone now.
Should be good, I think.
Should be good.
Yeah, it should be fine. I have this guy right behind me. Easy to kill, and then I'm gonna run.
Okay. All right, and then. And all right, then I say, Solrak, zip zap zoop out of here, Fang, peace. And you see me jump into the air, and as I reach the crest of my jump, I just turn into like a goldfish and fall directly into the water.
Fucking awesome.
Good.
You guys polymorph.
No, beast.
Oh.
I'm a druid, remember?
That's right, you have wild shape.
Yeah, wild shape. Yeah, it's any beast.
That's awesome.
And I believe it's for an hour, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This guy's watch as Wilma jumps into the air doing a little bunny hop, and instantly watch, or not instantly, but it takes a little bit of time, and gradually her characteristics turn from this hairy, jumping, bouncing, rabbit-like figure into the scaly, fleshy, tiny little goldfish with little dorsal fin coming off the back of it, and plops in, makes a little splash. No one even notices really that splash. And what is your speed as a goldfish?
I mean, I guess the fastest sea creature I can think of, maybe like an eel instead of a goldfish.
Barracuda. Barracuda.
Well, gotta find a something.
D&D beast. Yeah, it has to be, what is it, like
a
the
quipper?
like level 0 beast or whatever. A whipper?
Sure. Quipper.
I don't fucking...
Yeah, Quipper has a
Okay.
swim speed of 40 feet.
There it is. There it is.
Alright, let me go ahead and... Alright, so Wilma turns into a Quipper and plops on in. Anything else that you want to do?
Dash, bonus action, telling them to run. That's it.
Alright, that was your full movement and
Look at
everything?
that. Yeah. It was 60 feet to the water.
Cool. Alright, cool. Anything else?
That is it. Oh, and I guess I would have dropped the spirit guardians. There's not just
Yes, yeah,
little
that's true.
fish shit going around.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because this isn't concentration though. So.
Okay, that's
I
right,
don't
because
believe,
wild shape, not
yeah.
polymorph. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you'll drop that though. No more, no like whirlpool swirling around you. But as you dive on in, the last thing that you hear is once again the dragon roar just reverberates, and let's see, how far can I go? Ooh, not that character sheet. I think it's 40 feet or 80 feet. That's right. With a dash on in here, you guys see coming over the buildings and the battlements from the south that token's a little bit smaller than it's supposed to be. Not a dragon, but you guys have experienced one of these before. It's very dragon-like. Has these scaly long legs and leathery wings, kind of sinewy long tail that has a poison stinger at the end of it. You guys have seen and battled one of these before, a wyvern, and on it you guys see an orcish man who's got these long puffy sideburns off the side. He's got this massive great sword in hand, bow thrown around his back, and he's got the sword up in his raised up to the sky as he's got one hand pulled back on the leathery scales of the wyvern, and he flies in towards you guys, still about 60, 70 feet in the air above. And that'll bring us to this orc that is over here. This group will use their bonus action to dash and use their full movement. As they get here, they are just out of range of Solrak to get a normal attack. Actually, no, they are within range. Hell yeah. I thought it was 20 feet. So they are going to take 5 javelin throws at you. One of them is going to hit you total for a total of 3 points of piercing damage. And actually they're gonna share initiative. Cool. So this one thug that's left in front of you, Solrak, you see his eyes go wide and says, "Oh, look!" And he points up behind you, trying to distract you real quick. Do you look behind you at the wyvern?
No.
All right. As he sees,
I know.
yeah, as he sees that you are not listening to him, he's like, "Ah, shit!" He takes a backhand and tries to hit you with the mace. 19 and a 6. Neither of them hits. He kind of tumbles over his feet for a second as he begins to run backwards. You can make an opportunity attack if you'd like.
Of course. Bam. Oh yeah, 26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
With 13 damage.
13 damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
That's right.
So he can only go to right here as you lacerate him back in the ankle, and he kind of winces and almost tumbles over himself as he only makes it a couple more feet further from where he was running. From the south here, you guys hear more shouting, commotion, as some more Zentarum begin running on up. Fang, as you jumped in the water, did you stay underwater?
I guess whatever my turn allows me to do. Like, I imagine I probably would have. I mean, from 50 feet up, a turn is 6 seconds. I mean, it was probably 3 seconds to fall down in the water. I can't imagine I pop back up 3 seconds later. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. All right. So a couple crossbow shots then go up at Solrak. 4 of these are going to hit you. We got a total of 14 have the 7 points of piercing damage. Not too bad. As a bunch of arrows just go flying in your direction, a few of them flying over your shoulders, whizzing by into the stone behind you. A few of them find purchase, but not too bad. Solrak's dealt with much worse. This orc begins to run on up this group, and they get too far away to be able to throw with a regular attack, so with disadvantage, we're going to be doing some javelin throws. 6. That's a nat 1 on that first one, actually. 12, 14, and 16. All these javelins just go whizzing. A few of them don't even make it to you. You're just a hair too far to be in their reach. Another group here. Same thing. They saw Wilma like jumping into the air, but then splashed down, and they can't seem to see where she went right now. Let's make a perception check. Nope. No idea where Wilma went. And Fang, you are up as you splash down into the water. Yeah. Fang? Luke? Luke?
Is he sleeping?
Is he frozen? I think he's frozen.
I see 2 squares on his thing.
I think he's frozen. Yeah, he's frozen on my shit. Oh, there he is. He's moving again now.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Yeah, now you're good.
I was doing a bunch of shit.
You were
okay.
like, literally, yeah, on my screen, and probably Johnny's too. You looked like you were asleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Did Solrak get a screenshot of it?
Oh, probably.
No, it was you faded to 2 spinning squares from it.
Damn, what a shame. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Well-
It's almost 11 o'clock.
Let me ask you something. So it would probably be half my movement to get out of the water, right?
Well, do you have the Cloak of the Manta Ray on?
No, I'd have to. If I were to do that, I'd have to put it on and put the hood up, which is an action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you, like,
Yeah,
to
it's double.
get
It's
out of
double
the
speed or double your movement to get out, or to swim in water if you don't have a swim speed.
I mean, didn't you use the Cloak of the Manta Ray to, like, teleport already? Wouldn't
That's
you be
a
wearing it?
Montebank.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot they're two different ones. Yep, never mind.
No, but I'm saying to, like, get on the pier. Would pulling myself up, would that require, like,
Yeah, not
double
only
move?
would you have to swim. I mean, I guess you're right at the edge, so not a lot of swimming. So swimming takes double your movement, and then climbing takes double your movement. You'd have to climb out of that.
Okay. So I first put on, I like kind of get to this rock, and I'm like holding myself kind of up, and I, put on my Cloak of the Manta Ray with the hood up. And then for the rest of my action, I swim 30. Well, I guess actually, hold on. Let me just double check something. I know with um is my bonus action dash, like, do I have to attack?
No, you just spend a key point.
Okay. And would that be at my normal speed, like, so 60 feet?
Yes.
Or
So
would
if
it?
you dash, that means you pretty much have your normal speed again
Okay. Yeah, so
for full movement.
I
Yeah.
will do that. I would have to spend a key point, right?
Yes.
Because the action was okay. So that's what I will do. So 60 feet.
You put your hood up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 60 feet gets me right there. And I will spend a key point. And I kind of... No, that's my turn. It's my turn.
Okay. All right. Solrak, you look around. None of your party members are in the vicinity right now.
Okay, well, it's time to get the fuck out of here, y'all. So I'm gonna grab on my broom, and I'm gonna zip zap zoop, and I'm going to fly. Could I slap myself and then dash?
I mean, technically, it's taking an action to do that. But if you take damage before before your next turn comes around, your rage would still stay up also. So, if you took damage from someone else.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna shoot at me, so I'm gonna go ahead and risk it. Okay, so I'm gonna dash, zip zap zoop. That puts me 60 feet is about here. Go that way. Okay, so boom.
Cool. And so that's just your full movement. You also, you could do the dash action, right? Or because it's...
No, that was the dash. That
Okay,
was 60
gotcha.
feet.
Gotcha.
I thought the fly speed was 40 feet.
Fly
isn't
speed
it?
is
Or no,
50
that's only
feet.
if you're,
Fly speed is
like-
50
It's
feet.
50, but I have more
Oh.
than 200 pounds.
Yep,
in
that's
it,
right.
So that it's
Got
better. When I'm on the ship or whatever, I'm gonna try to figure that out.
Cool.
But, yeah.
So you fly on over here, 60 feet. Good position as you see this giant wyvern and massive orc on its back with a massive great sword in its hand, like staring down at you now, as you are the only one it really sees in its area. Anything that you do?
I mean, there's nothing I can do. I
That's
dashed.
True. That's true. All right. So this group down here sees you flying on over. They are going to run. Just use their action to do, or use their movement to do so. Let's see if we can take a shot at you. We're gonna hit you for 4 shots. That is a total of 14, 24, 12 points of piercing damage total.
Okay.
And Lindsay goes around the corner, picks up the bit of leather, begins chewing on that a little bit. Marvin following up close behind. It's got like one limp foot that's dragging behind. And the ballista's up now. Just sees Sorak in this range right here. kind of quickly whips it around and aims it right down in your direction as you're flying. A natural 20.
Oh my god.
Third fucking nat 20 on me. This bullshit.
On the ballistas. It's 13 damage total though, so not too bad. 13 piercing. It could have been a lot worse for sure. Should have been. That's bullshit. But so that one just nails you, and you have to hold on to the broom. Actually, yeah, go ahead and make let's make that either a con save or a strength save. It's not gonna be a crazy DC. There you
25.
go. Cool. Yeah, you boom, it rocks you in this immense power. It almost throws you off your broom, but you stay holding on tight, not falling off. Wilma.
I'm out. How fast can I move? What's my dash?
40 feet, I think I said.
So it's 80. Yeah.
40 swim speed as a clipper.
Yeah. So then 80 dash. So
Okay.
I guess if they don't see me, I'm like hanging out under. I see Solrak up there. Kind of in case he falls.
All right.
Taking a safe action here.
Cool. Do you want? Are you gonna ready an action then or something?
No, I'm just staying close to him in case he falls off his broom or something. Or I guess I can't ready movement, right?
You can ready a dash action.
That's a good idea. When I move,
Yeah.
you
Already a dash action, so I'll follow him as far as I can. That's
Okay.
kind of when I'm like piggybacking as far as I can go.
You got it. These orcs up now. Solrak is out of their normal range, so they're gonna take some shots. Trying to hit him. I don't think any of them are going to though. Let's see. There's 3 of them. Fail. 4 fail, and let's see number 5 fail. Yep, you're just getting your way on out of here, and they, javelins aren't really meant for that kind of distance. There's one Zentarum that you slashed in the ankle. He's like, ah, 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 just on the ground, just
know.
yeah. These Zentarum thugs see Solrak. Let's see. Yeah, they move up to the edge, 50 feet, easy peasy. Yeah, they're gonna take some shots at you. 4 of these are gonna hit you. 10, 9, 10, and 4. That is 29. 20. That is 16 points of damage. I think I did that math right. 16.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my reaction to half that. I believe is what I can do.
Okay, yeah. You could also block one of these hits altogether if you wanted to with your wings. But yeah, I think half is probably better, of course. But just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna half it and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. These orcs over here aren't even gonna take shots. They know it's a long shot. So Fang, you're up. They'll kind of just make their way to the edge of the pier and area, though. Okay. You muted.
Maybe he froze.
There we go. I wasn't frozen this time. Yeah, so I hold on, I gotta zoom out.
Enhance. Enhance.
I swim. I dash using a key point to this dock here. Actually, no, I lied. I just keep swimming. And I get to right around there.
Keep swimming.
And dash.
All right. Solrak, you're up. So Fang, was there anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Yeah, just whatever your full movement is, go for it.
Yep.
You could dash action, bonus action dash as well, and then use your full movement too.
Nah, that's quite alright.
180 feet, man. Solrak.
Don't go too far. We might need you.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dash my full 60 feet.
I'll get my.
With
Go
me
for it, Wilma.
right
Yeah,
here.
so 20 is an extra feet, so I'd only go 40 feet, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action of second wind to get 1d10 plus 12 back.
Probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, I get 17 back.
All right. Beautiful. As you fly on over, getting further and further. Anything else that you want to do?
That's it.
Okay. Bum. This group here can't do anything. You're kind of out of the range. And, fuck! You just hear him yelling. They're getting away! And Ballista now. It's gonna try to take a shot at you, Sorek. Locked and loaded. A 16 to hit.
20.
That one will miss. And then only one other one is actually, is that even in range? Just, you are at the exact spot where you need to be. To be in range. So they take a shot, but a 16 again will also miss. Wilma, you were up.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'll move 40 feet and I'll ready a dash action.
All right. You can go 20 more feet though, right? Than that. I think you were 20 feet behind him.
Yeah. I'll stay a little ahead. I'll stay a little ahead of him.
All right.
These like as he flies over, I just catch up.
All these orcs are kind of just getting gathered around, and you see a couple of them like shouting and yelling. Some of them throwing their javelins up in the air, like this Tusken Raiders in A New Hope and Star Wars, like yelling, and can't seem to get you guys as you're getting too far away. One guy's still pissing and moaning on the ground, grabbing his ankle. Can this guy hit you? Nope. Those Zentarum can't hit you. Oh wait, why did my Wyvern get out of initiative? Is he... Whoa. That token just like deleted for me. My shit just like locked up. Anyways, the Wyvern flies over with the orc on its back. What the hell is going on right now? My shit's being all weird. Gets all the way up to... Can someone do the ruler for me? My ruler's not working. From where here is... I can't even ping.
Yeah, I mean, I remember where it
Where
was.
he came
How
from,
far?
and then he can go 160 feet right now.
Oh my god.
Woo!
He makes it just below or above Solrek.
Okay. Sorek, behind you, you hear these massive leathery wings flapping, and you feel the wind pushing at you.
That make me move forward some since it's wind.
It does not, no, not mechanically. Let me try to refresh this real quick, see if I can...
You move forward
Not
200
freeze.
feet.
Hashtag physics, you know?
I don't want to touch anything. I'm refreshing my screen. Oh, wait, did initiative just clear out? Oh no, okay, cool. I see it added the Wyvern now.
There you go.
There we go. He goes flying up from here to, yeah, right up to you guys, essentially. Solrak with this Wyvern right behind you. You can smell its breath just permeating all around. You can feel the heat coming off of it as the orc on it wields his massive greatsword. He comes flying up next to you and takes 3 slashes at you.
Now, before he swings at me,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to attack him using my brace action?
You can, sure. As long as you
I
didn't
will
use
do
your
that.
reaction already. Yeah, I think you're good.
Which I haven't.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and use brace and attack him, and hopefully right off of that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Okay, action. Let's go.
You don't have trip attack, do you? I'm not trying to give you any ideas or anything.
Trip
but-
attack. Let me see. I don't think.
No,
I
you
do.
don't. I use that all the time, personally.
A 12 on the lucky that.
Yeah, lucky, sure.
19.
19 will
You
just
go.
hit him.
Okay, so that is 12 plus my D10. $19 damage.
Ooh, 19 damage. Yeah, he holding on tight onto this wyvern, but you slash him, and he's got one hand on there, one hand up in the air, as I mentioned. He comes about to slash down on you, but you find an area to get him first. He's gonna make a strength save. With 20, he holds on tight to this wyvern, almost falls, but still holding tight, and looks at you. And in actually, do you? I forget. No, you don't have the helm on anymore. You used to be able to speak giant, right? You don't speak giant anymore.
Right.
I don't think so. He yells at you something in giant. He just grunts, and you can't understand what he's saying, but you know it's something against you, of course. He swings and takes a 23 to hit.
Calls you a nice guy.
21 to hit,
Yeah,
and a 22 to hit.
fuck.
You take. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you take 13, 8, 14, that's 27, plus 8 is 35. Halved is 17, plus... plus another 12.
Wait, what's the other 12 from?
I'll show you.
Whoa.
I don't have more than half remaining.
If the champion
The
does,
champion.
he is the champion.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know what. Oh wait, how much was that?
That was, it was a total
But he rolled
of
max damage on the 2d6, yeah.
21 plus 14 is 35.
35.
Half of that is 17, and then 22 plus 3 is 25. Half of that is 12, so 29.
Ooh, 29.
As he stands or sitting on the back of the wyvern, he's got this massive greatsword in his hand, and it looks like he's about to try to slash down on you again to finish you off. But it is now your turn.
Fuck. Disengage is an action, so if I run, I get an opportunity attack. Bang, you really fucked me over here, buddy.
Don't worry, sweetheart. I got you.
Yeah. And taking a potion, that's a free action, right?
It's a bonus action, is what we do. It's by rules, like it's supposed to be an action, but we play bonus action, so don't bend it even more.
So that I couldn't dash, right? If I take one? Or I could.
No, you could. You'd use your action to dash, but you just couldn't disengage.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and chug down a potion of greater healing.
Okay.
That gets me 44 plus 4. 4. So 8 plus 4, I get 12 health back. And then I'm gonna dash.
Okay. As you do, of course, Sun Death, this massive orc, goes and takes a slash at you. Oh, he misses with a 13. The wyvern, you see his massive gullet extend out and try to take a bite at you. That is a 26 total. He hits you, or okay, it's 5 points of piercing damage total. It's not too bad, as he just barely bites you. And yeah, how far do you go?
I go the full 60 feet, which puts me right over here. Okay. Boom.
And Wilma, you can use your reaction.
That's it.
All right, Fang. You see them and hear them, of course, in flight behind you guys. What do you do?
Yeah, word. I don't. How? I think I have to move back a little bit if I want to potentially do anything. But how far away is he from me? Like 80 feet?
He's 60 feet up in the air.
Oh, fuck.
He's about 100 feet, so he's about 100 feet from you.
Never mind. You said he's 80 feet in the air?
60 feet, I'm sorry. If I said 80, I might have said that, yeah.
Nah, fuck. And how high up in the air is Solrek?
So, how high are you?
I would be up about 40 feet or so.
Okay.
Okay. So I stand there, or I float
Mhm.
there in the water, and I kind of start to, like, with my hands, conjure up and, like, make this little whirlpool right around me.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I close my eyes and harness some of my key energy and cast fly, and I form this little water sphere that I'm just kind of like floating on, and I move 40 feet up.
Yeah, he's 40 feet from you, yep.
Well, no, he said he's 40 feet up in the air, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and he's 40 feet laterally from you too, so that means he's 40 feet from you.
So it wouldn't be 80 feet.
No, there's no
cool with me.
Pythagorean theorem in this.
No pi.
Non-Euclidean world.
Word. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I fly right on over to him. Hold on, let me mark my key points. And then bonus action.
Just
I
so you
would
know,
use hand
that
healing.
is not an action to spend the 4 key points. It doesn't, or is it? No, yeah, I don't
The
think it is.
fly is an action.
Okay, to cast spell. Yeah, you're right.
So, but I would spend another key point to use hand of healing on Solrak.
Okay, so you fly on up there, lay your sweaty palm on him.
Yep. 8, so he gets 8 damage or 8 health back.
Okay. Boom. Wilma is down in the water. All right. So anything else for you?
That's everything.
All right. With that, we got one more. Oh, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to hit pause. We got one more ballista shot coming up here. We see Fang now has made his appearance, flying on up here on this spherical ball. Takes a bolt shot at you and hits you for 25 points of damage total.
Yeah, and I will react using oh shit, what the fuck is it called?
Deflect missiles.
Fucking throwback. Yeah, deflect missiles.
So roll the. So you take 6 points of damage then.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah. Yep. So 6 points of damage.
Yep. You try to grab it out of the air. There's too much force behind it. You grab it, but it still pushes back. Not as intense and it doesn't impale you as it would, but yeah, you still take some damage. And with that, as you throw the bolt down to the ground, the wyvern breathing its humid breath all in your guys' direction, and the massive orc holding his even greater sword in his hands, going in your guys' direction as well. We'll pick it up here when we get together next time and see how this battle will play out. And finish it up indeed. Not how I thought this night was gonna go, but my oh my, the
Likewise.
consequences of my actions.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You guys, I could have been in the goddamn stadium.
They gave you two options: one, leave; two, die.
Oh, I'll die. You
Exactly.
really should leave here as soon as possible. There's no time to do anything else. Oh, I'll
Hilarious.
die.
Hilarious. Not a problem though. You guys, we're still live, right? Barely. We'll pick it up here. We'll see how it goes. Don't know.
was doing pretty good.
We're gonna have to squeeze one in this week. If not, I'm going away this weekend for 2 weeks, so we might be on a pretty big cliffhanger if we don't play one this week.
I'll tell you what, I probably can't with my work schedule and O's game Tuesday, bowling Wednesday, kickball Thursday,
All right.
titties Friday.
Today's Friday. Well,
Love Titty Friday.
I'll see you guys
Nah,
in a few weeks then. See if you guys can strategize something in that time period.
Yeah.
If not, I'm sorry in advance. Go ahead and take that long rest, guys. Look out for those goblins on the stairs. Thanks for watching and fucking around and finding out. Take care.
So you